Stone Slammer en la zona lateral, luchadora que todavía tiene su disco. La reina arquera que se resiste a caer abatida, no quiere ayudar a sus compañeros globos a poder batir y conseguir las 3 estrellas. Buena habilidad del centinela, Stone Slammer que avanza. Esto tiene muy buena pinta, señoras y señores. Esto es pleno de Rigo Torres, pero vamos allá, Tompi. ¡Qué remontada se acaba de marcar el jugador mexicano que materializa la hazaña! Increíble.
Roar Rocket Blues down to support the Queen. I don't think he makes it. I don't think he makes it. He puts in the Rocket Blues to try to drive the Queen through the walls into the Multi-Inferno, but time is ticking away and he doesn't have any cleanup in this left-hand side of the base. Oh my god, Kadil! He goes in with an untested strat. Maybe it's tested inside of his clan, but not tested widely throughout the meta, and it is going to be a time fail. And if he doesn't cross 90% here, wait, he's got it. Wait, 90? What? The Inferno didn't go down! 91! They got it. 91!
But these multis are going to be a bit of a problem if he can't get into it. Warden ability is going to fail out. Air sweepers are pushing back. He's getting some resistance in this one. There's the clone! Ooh! That was perfect. Yeah! Excuse me. Forget clone Yetis. Those loons. Holy jeez. This is what the other teams are going to have to face off against.
Welcome to day number 2 here of the group stage of the Queso Cup, the second edition, trying to be giving away a golden ticket at the end of this. Not today, but later on next weekend. Itsu, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. I mean, it's super excited to go into this second day now of the group stage, and for all of those teams to decide who can actually make it to the next stage. But I feel like we should take a look at the format and explain to the viewers out there a little bit more, how did we get to this point? Because all of those teams which you're going to see today actually had to already battle it out in an open qualifier phase. What does this mean? Overall, 4 open qualifiers. Always the top 4 teams qualified, which means 16 teams got to this group stage where we are in right now, where we have 4 groups of teams and only 8 can qualify, which means only the top 2 of every single group is going to get into the playoffs, and that's where we then going to play a double elimination bracket to decide who is going to take home this golden ticket. But with that, Corbin, I think we should talk about the prize pool.
We should indeed. $50,000 being given away for the whole prize pool of this Queso Cup, plus that golden ticket to first place with $20,000. So if you make it to the playoffs, the next stage, you are guaranteed to be taking home at least some prize money. But it's going to be incredible. We've got so many amazing teams in these groups that they've been playing so much through the qualifiers just to make it to this point. We have an incredible day of wars yesterday, and we're going to have some more as well today. But these are the groups of teams, but this is not necessarily who they have to face. So let's take a look at the leaderboard at where all of the teams are standing overall right now. So we're taking a look at group 1s through 4. We see Tribe Gaming is 2-0. They're looking really good. They have one more match to play. At the bottom right, we have group number 4, MS Esports, who are 1-2. They don't play anymore. You only play a total of 3 matches. So if you're 1-2, it's going to be really difficult to try to make it in the top 2 of each group. We got in some incredible teams here. Itsu, which teams do you think has really surprised you, or maybe has like stepped up more than you thought they would?
To me, like the one team which is like completely above everyone else based on the stats is just Struct. Because yes, they have 15 stars on average on offense. You can tell that about like RVNT, where they've played one less match, but still they're having 15 stars as well. Tribe and Space Station Gaming having both 14.5 stars on average as well. So their offense is, all of them are looking really, really good. But what is so crazy to me is that Strat defended so well on defense as well. They got 13 and 12 stars on defense, which is incredible in this current meta. So that's like why I would put Strat above everyone else. I think it's going to be really tricky for this group B to decide who's then going to come in second if Strat can win their last match. Because as you said, we're going to have 3 matches for every single team where they can prove themselves and try to get as many wins as possible to get into the next stage. That's the important thing. So I think we should take a look at the matches overall, which are going to happen today. And, well, the matches which we are going to follow. We can see all of the matchups which are happening in all of those different groups. And we're starting things off today with the match Strat versus RVNT. As I have said, Strat was really impressive. RVNT as well. Both of them have 15 stars on average. So that should be an incredible match to watch. Right after that, Tribe Gaming versus GS. GS still have to like get back to the performance which they were able to provide during the qualifiers. They did amazing in there. So I think it's going to be a really cool match. And then we're going to have another look at Group 4, where depending on the other matches, MS Esports might have to hope for some crazy combinations to get somehow a chance of being in that top 2 position.
Yeah, you really have to try to go 2-1 to make it. So we're seeing our first match today is going to be Strut versus RVNT. And if Chasmac Gaming in Group 2 wants to have a chance at making it, they got to hope that Strut wins to force RVNT to have a loss, and then Chasmac has to then win both of their matches to then be able to try to be in the top 2. So if you lose a match, you really are going to hope some other teams start to help you out when it comes to that. So it's going to be some incredible wars with Strut and RVNT going to be kicking off. Both haven't failed. Both are perfect, even Strut perfect through the 2 wars so far. So this is going to be an incredible war, because we saw from the Snapdragon Pro Series that RVNT, they didn't do so well, right? They were the one team that a lot of people expected to come in and do pretty well, but they unfortunately fell short in that. But they're turned it around here in this competition, in this tournament, the Queso Cup, and are trying to then make it to the playoffs, which, again, like you mentioned before, in the format is a double elimination. The players really like this, where they have kind of that second opportunity to be able to have the chance. Let's say one small thing goes wrong, you can try again. But we've gone straight into the team rosters with Strut. Your starting 5 of Mask, Ash, Boom, Yo-Yo, and Tryhard. And then RVNT has a very strong lineup.
That's right, with Bombador, Milanello, Kingpen, Sammy, and Amtrotino. It's a really scary setup, as you said. RVNT are really good looking in this tournament. That's like the strange thing sometimes, that those teams are showing up so different in the different tournaments. I think a prime example for that would be then around Tribe Gaming. I mean, in all of those ClashWorlds qualifiers so far, they did not perform that well. They actually didn't even make it through any of the qualifiers to get to the playoff phase, kind of. And this is really their turnaround, where they're trying to turn it around. And the same thing now for RVNT, where they're really trying to show that they have what it takes to be at the top. And at the moment, I mean, in this group, everyone has to play versus Strat. And if you're doing good versus them, maybe even get good stars. We have talked about that. Stars might matter in the end as well. That might be the way to success. And we can see the average stars and average destruction at the moment on your screen, with Strat being a little bit ahead of them in that one. But we have the first attack in. Semi is always going with his Pekka smash, but that queen is dropping really low. That was a last second rage to make sure that queen is staying alive.
Let's see, with that queen charge, trying to get her in towards this multi-target Inferno. This Tastifarm, quite annoying, as a rage comes with the blimp Yetis to try to take the eagle down, but does lure out this clan castle of the Rockaloon super minion, so the queen will be able to help take that out relatively quickly and doesn't have to worry about being surprised about the clan castle. But this queen, no, he's forced to use a Warden Eternal Tome. But the one thing about using the Warden ability is to keep that queen ability intact. But now these healers are getting hit by this multi.
Oh no, this is like the most frustrating feeling. The healers right now in the game are interesting, let's put it like that. They are not always switching as you would like to have them switch and heal the proper hero. And now he has to wait and hope that this is not going to turn into a disaster. But so far, the healers again come back. The ward is not taking damage. And yes, the healers are coming back. But the queen now is separated from this match and the healers as well.
Okay, the queen's gonna slowly try to get healed. No, wait, which one? Healers, go to the queen. Okay, now the ward's coming in with the Pekka's bowler super wizards off to the right side. The bowlers are taking quite a bit of damage from that multi-target inferno as the jump is gonna be angled around as he's gonna try to come through towards that town hall. But the queen still has ability. King has his as he drops a rage for the royal champion, help grab the multi-target inferno. As he's continuing his way through, there's a lot left in the space. No ward in Eternal Tome for this town hall now.
I think at this point he's just hoping for the second star, but even that second star might be in danger. The queen cannot reach that town, or the royal champ ability already is pulling, like had to be used, but the royal champ shield did not bounce onto the town hall. You can see that he's not feeling as safe anymore about this one because he cannot place anything. And Struts are doing it just again. Their defense is looking so incredible, and that is just another solid defense for them. Might be even one of the best defenses of the tournament so far, with a 1-star versus this Pekka smash.
We go from having all perfect wars between these two. There was the 3 wars total between these clans. Strut had 2 of them, and RVNT had 1, and they were both perfect. And unfortunately, this first attack is a 1-star, risking it all. That Eternal Tome being used very early to try to save that queen ability. Very nice try to Sammy. So Strut is going to be looking good. And the big thing is, when you start off with a 1-star, it's such a morale defeat for the rest of your teammates. And it's so difficult to try to make a comeback there. But I wanted to point out, when we were looking at the stats, for the qualifier stats, I believe Tryhard was the MVP so far in the qualifier phase, where he was 5 for 5. But now, he's technically 7 for 7 through this because they've had 2 wars, and Strut hasn't failed. So he is looking really good throughout this whole tournament right now. We'll have to keep our eye on that, and if Strut can keep that perfect streak going.
Yeah, and I feel like just overall this base was set up to defend, especially versus RVNT and especially versus Semi, because Semi always is doing those Pekka smash. And as we already said, those 2 teams know each other. They have played in a lot of different tournaments so far. So having like such an exposed Inferno Tower is kind of like a nice thing to give to a Pekka smash player, because, well, a Warden Walk or something like that is always an option. But then stacking all of the traps, we have seen a lot of Black Mass, we have seen the entire test up farm being surrounded, or like surrounding that multi-inferno tower. So really nice setup. And now we're seeing again the box bases, and us is coming in with a counter, because most of the time the splash contribution on those bases are not that great, which is then giving the ability of you just using troops which are working quite well without a lot of spells, which are Yeti and Super Wizards, and that is then the army to set up for this attack.
So I've been practicing this attack quite a bit, just so I can learn how it works. And the biggest thing is, when you can use your queen to grab the town hall, it is so strong. But he didn't use his queen. He used Sneaky Goblins, which means that it's going to be even stronger here from the opposite side of the base. You just have to do an early Warden ability like when you're using E-Dragons. And then it's just insane the value that you could crush through. And this one, since he has his queen to join in the core, this base is going to be absolutely destroyed because we have 2 single target Infernos as his heroes are still making around, and the Royal Champion. Oh my goodness, what a base identification here.
Yeah, and at this point there's 1 scatter left, which is about to get taken care of with that Royal Champion. And then 2 Wizard Towers, 1 at 9 o'clock, which he can even take with the Ice Wizard. There's no Spring Trap against the Ice Wizard. And with that, you said it, there is 2 single Inferno Towers, and we know, well, those bats do not care about single Inferno Towers. They would just one-shot them. And with that, the last Wizard Tower is going down as well, and you said it, perfect base identification, and that base stands no chance whatsoever.
absolutely beautiful. I knew it from the start. The moment that town hall went down, this was going to be absolutely crushed. The perfect attack. And if you're wondering what is the best basis to use this attack against, is where you could grab the town hall on the outside. Either like this with sneaky goblins or even your queen. So this is a perfect attack strategy just for bases like that. It could be box space outside. Just make sure to use an early warden ability to protect your Yetis, super wizards. The rage is nice really early there because then the super wizards can get some chain value. And there's a lot of bases that have like all the heroes stacked on the opposite side that could be super annoying. But this attack is really the key against those bases.
Yeah, it is really, really strong. That's like the meta which is then coming up, because most of those legend style bases, like box bases, are really popular within legends. But in legends, you cannot change your army. So that's like the problem over there. That's why they work so well. But if you have then a dedicated counter, we have now seen multiple times that those bats are getting used against those type of bases. If it is like a Yeti super wizard combination or just dragons, for example, we have seen a lot of those different combinations already. And just the bats typically can clean up so well on those bases. And as I said, really nice base identification. But our RVNT, yes, maybe the match seems already over for them. But we have already talked about it, that every single match counts in regard to the stars as well. Those stars could be really a game changer in the end, especially if Strat is going undefeated through this. Well, then all of the teams lost to them, which means it's all about the remaining matches, the remaining stars which they can collect, and that's the important thing.
Yeah, and the important thing, it'll come down to Chasmic Gaming in this group here, because if RVNT loses this match, they'll then go to 1-1. They'll have only one final match, which will be against Chasmic, and if Chasmic defeat them, then Chasmic can then go 1-1. They can win their last board, they can go 2-1 and have a chance at advancing. So there's a lot on the line coming up into this group, so we don't know what's going to happen, as if one team like Strut or anyone in a group goes 3-0, it really starts to be coming down to the final war for the teams below it to have the chance to advance. But we have Bombador coming in with the Hydra. We got the double clones with the invisibilities. When you're going with 5 invisibilities like this, typically you send super minions inside of your blimp to help try to get some value. And let's keep our eye on the balloons. The dragons coming straight in, and the blimp may just come from an angle where the dragons are coming in, with the king, queen are coming around to the top side. And you want to keep your heroes far away from the clan castle, because most likely teams like to put the lava hounds in there, which are absolutely devastating for queens and lock her up.
Yeah, that's right. And the moment the plan looks really, really solid with this natural dead zone, which means there's no beatings whatsoever. That's a natural funnel for those dragons. Now he's sending that blimp in. There's a black mine, but the warden ability is blocking it. And now we have that blimp opening, and we actually have super archers in there. We have the rage, we have the clone. And with that, a lot of this base is already gone, and now it's all about those dragons powering through the far left side, because those archers are not leaving a lot of things still standing.
No, look at that. He decided to go with the super archers instead of the super minions. And using another invisibility spell, being able to reach so far. Wow. Look at this, with the Raw Champion still moving in. The super archers got some nice value. Raw Champion can get some fantastic value with his queen, and this is good. This is going to be a 3 with the RC ability, skipping across, taking these buildings out, and hey, super archers can work as well. I was just thinking, go super minions, because then you don't pull any potential ground CC. But it didn't matter there, as he kept it invisible and got some incredible value. This was a beautiful attack here, where the queen is going to clean it up. And a lot of times with these types of attacks, you know it, you've seen it many times, it's the heroes that are usually the ones left standing at the end. They finish it off for the 3 stars.
Yeah, that's right, especially the queen with that unicorn. She's, on most of those attacks, only on the outside, only the hero which is going to keep those dragons inside the base. And with the unicorn, all of this little bit of damage which is getting shared with that queen is not going to take her down, because instead the unicorn is just keeping her alive. And that was exactly the story of this attack. Wonderful blimp to make sure that this entire tunnel side is already down, even the last expo, and with that, the Queen easily finishes this base, and that's the 3-star RVNT was looking for. As we have said, every single star counts. On the other side, for Strut, it's all about them, like the competition within the team. Who is going to fail first for them, or is any of them failing?
Yeah, that's the question indeed. But we're taking a look at the bottom stats where you can see the other wars. We're looking there. Empire Gaming does have a fail in their attack there. We have Space Station with the triple, have the 1-star lead as well. And then we have a couple fails from each side in the Bazinga versus Metatron war. So things are up in the air for all these teams here. Could kind of go any way. But this one with the 1-star is really difficult for RVNT to make a comeback against a team like Strut. But they're crossing their fingers. They're hoping something goes wrong in Strut's attacks.
Yeah, but so far they have not shown any weakness. They always came up with individual plans. I feel like that was the most unique thing as well about Strut at the moment. They really picked strategies which were working for that specific base. Remember the Electro Dragon Queen charge yesterday from Musk, and today we now have Boom. Oh, double Black Mine, but it's hitting the Hound.
Okay.
And wait a second, what is that blimp? We have, this Super Minion blimp now. He's cloning a couple of runes, but the majority of Super Minions is in there. And that is now looking really good, and that's the cool thing about the Super Minion blimp. You can use the blimp on top of the bomb tower without having any problems about that. And I think that was exactly what King Pen was defending, the Blizzard right into that spot. But Boom, just using air, and the bomb tower does not matter.
You know what I noticed is he must have put something ground, like a Barbarian or something inside that CC to pull whatever's in the clan castle, right? Because he was probably thinking maybe there's a Lava Hound, and he would want to lure the Lava Hound to the edge to take it out, because the Rocket Loon ended up coming out. That would only come out of the clan castle if there was a ground troop inside of the army that would come into range. And that's really smart, because now his heroes doesn't have to worry about moving into the core of the spaces. Look at this world champion. She's making her way all the way into the core here. Brilliant.
Wow. This is looking so incredible. Just the value which he gets at the moment. The Queen, unfortunately, is running to the outside again, which leaves this multi-inferno tower left standing. But at this point, I'm not sure if that multi-inferno tower is going to be the big difference maker at the moment. Vulnerability early on, because nothing is tanking that scatter shot. That scatter shot is quite scary. But now it's all about those heroes. Those defending heroes have to go down, and those headhunters are getting taken care of really quickly with those ground expos. So that's not that great looking for Boom, because, or is the Royal Champ alive still? No, I think, yes, the Royal Champ is alive. So that might be the only chance for a defense.
Yeah, the defending RC is going to be a big problem here as he's making his way around, but she's not hitting the blue. Okay, there it is. Now she's going. Oh, she picks the Warden out of the group of troops there. The Owl is standing. The Owl's getting taken out. Drops the minions to try to distract the Wizard Tower. Red Air Bomb pops. Tesla goes down. But it looks like the timing of the spells and the Lalo, unfortunately, wasn't going to be enough. The defending Royal Champion picked him off. And there it is. Boom is going to be falling short first for Strut here into the Queso Cup. This is their third war, and this is their first fail that they've had in 3 wars. That is incredible.
Yeah, just those back-end heroes really gave him a rough time with having all 4 heroes on the bottom left side. That was just way too much for those headhunters to handle, and especially with those ground expos behind, because this means all of those headhunters got picked off by the expos, and with that, the Royal Champion did not survive. In addition to that, the Tesla farm, you have to give props to the RVNT base building team. The Tesla farm was incredible to prevent that Inferno Tower from going down, and we have seen on the back end, it was a big game changer that this Inferno Tower was left standing and dealing so much damage so the Red Mines can then finish the job.
Yeah, it was a beautiful base design in terms of the trap placement, right? That's one thing I would love to learn in terms of what goes through a base builder's mind for traps, right? It's like trying to find the best locations. Let's say you're given a base. Where do you put the Tesla farms? Where do you put all the traps? I know red air bombs, you want to try to keep them away from air defenses. That's the big thing I know, because you don't want your defending or the enemy hound to go over the air defense, pop and pull all the red air bombs. It does a great job in the core, by the town halls, by Inferno Tower Splash, to even do more splash damage, especially like a scatter shot. But it's crazy how just a small Tesla farm placement on a base can change everything in an attack. As Melanello coming in here with a Lalo attack of his own. Skeleton spell. He's got that jump to get a queen to this town hall. This is a queen, kind of a Sui queen all the way to the town hall, getting some nice value if he can make his way there. But this golem should tank quite a bit, as the queen's going to eventually step her way through towards the town hall in the core.
Yeah, and take a look at that value of the poison. Just so many skeleton traps and so many traps in general in that compartment. He's finding out of them, and he's tanking and taking out all of them as well, while the queen is slowly but surely making her way with those jumps, or with that jump into the tunnel compartment. Queen, yep, is coming back, and with that, the Royal Champ should even get that multi-inferno tower. So things are looking really good for Milanello, and what a hero dive that was.
Yeah, absolutely incredible here. Now we have a headhunter that's in the mix, so we have to take that out. But he does have one poison spell perfectly placed to take that down. Stone Slammer for this wizard tower that will come in. Beautiful. Drop some minions for cleanup. Just might as well. But the minion will eventually get locked on a hound there if it gets through these buildings. But he's going to Lalo his way straight in towards this Eagle Artillery. Haste his way across. Another hound coming through over the multi-target Inferno to try to pull some additional traps. As now the Lalo with the Warden going to come near this King and Scatter Shot. But remember, you have to be able to take down that defending World Champion. It's a little bit of an awkward angle if you want to try to get headhunters through there, but he can rage through this bottom section. The possibility ability instead.
Yeah, the raged up troops are easily getting through all of that, but you said it. The
did the Royal Champion die to balloons? What?
Wait.
I think so. He's probably laughing.
I mean,
that's why. I don't think there's a headhunter in there.
The angle. No, there were no headhunter. I think you can see she's still standing on the multi-inferno tower with that rage together, nicely taking her out. You can see he's still smiling. He knows that he got lucky over there. He was finding or trying to search for that angle for the headhunters, and that's always this tricky thing for those Lalo attacks. You need to prepare. You need to plan out the pathing of the headhunters, which might sound like, I guess the most Lalo attackers would just say, okay, let's just put the headhunters somewhere and they will do their job. No, actually, the headhunters are one of the most important thing to plan them out, maybe spread them out a little bit so they're not hitting out of those spring traps, because base builders like to bait those headhunters. And with that, a lot of Lalo attacks are failing. We have just seen the attack from Boom before failing because headhunters are not getting the value that they had to get. And with that, lucky loot drop, he's getting their 3-star easily, and making sure RVNT is actually staying somewhat close.
Yeah, they're staying close. They got to hope for a couple more defenses to stop Shra, and they're going to have to triple out to have a chance because of the 1-star that came in from Sammy. Unfortunately, it was the Pekka smash that wasn't able to take the base down. But, Shra, we have a player of tryhard who's perfect so far throughout the qualifiers and this group stage here in the Queso Cup. So he's 7 for 7 right now. He's doing fantastic, amazing stuff. But Strut's currently 2-0 in the group stage. If they lose, they're still looking good to be in the top 2. So it's not the end of the world if they lose this match. But if they win, they go to 3-0 and make it really interesting for this group between RVNT, Chasmac Gaming, and Savage Esports. And Chasmac, if they win out and Strut wins this war, they will advance into the playoff double elimination stage, which will be next weekend. As we now have Yo-Yo 23 coming in with a Lalo of his own. It's going to be a Sui Lalo, same with no healers. Couple skeletons, 2 poisons. So he wants to get his queen to walk in for that town hall.
Yeah, making sure that queen is getting the town hall. That's like always this approach with those hero dives, with the Lalo attacking them as a follow-up. trying to make sure that your queen is going to get the town hall. Make sure your king with... Oh, he has to use the king ability, I think. Otherwise, the... Oh, that queen is not going for the expo. Okay, but the king and the royal champ are supposed to get the flanking scatter compartment with that air hero, which is most of the time close to it. And that's exactly what he has gotten so far. And even the perfect clan caster for him. I mean, super minions are not doing anything about this attack, especially now with the royal champ ability. And he's even getting more value, taking all of them out and taking even maybe out another Inferno Tower.
Incredible. Grab that single target Inferno, which is nice the way the balloons don't have to go back. He might just switch this up to a Stone Slammer. That's what I would do at this point. Or he has the blimp come across over the eagle to target the multi-target Inferno. Raises up the Seagull. Yeah, so that's what he decides to do. He wants that blimp to go for the multi straight in the core as the balloons fly their way around this base. Wow.
Yeah, the Lalo is getting in there with two of the multi-Inferno towers now really nicely taken care of. Another haste, the skeleton spell to make sure that the scatter, or more like the royal champion, is having something to do instead of hitting his loons. Now another phrase, but the royal champion is following that lava hound, which means the skeletons cannot take that out. And wait a second,
oh my,
warn ability.
Yeah, he still has it. It's crazy. Pops the ward ability, and this is absolutely smashed. Yo, how do you make this look so easy? Like, it's just crazy how they can do this. It's wild. Everyone just wishes they could do this, and they make it look so easy. Okay, you know, let me give it a shot on my own, and then you get that 1 star. You're like, oh my, you're back to reality. And Yo-Yo is just on another level.
Yeah, those box bases are really, like, you need to really properly try to defend those Sui Lalo approaches, because it's always, as I said, the same method which are using queen for the town hall and then king and royal champ for the flanking scatter, one of the two sides with an air hero as well. Like, it's a lot of value, and if you're then as talented as Yo-Yo with those Lalo attacks, they make it look so easy. It's a really good job to him, making sure that they're getting another 3-star in. Now it's then back to RVNT to keep the 3-star streak going, which they're building up at the moment. Yes, they started with a 1-star into this match, but otherwise they're 2 out of 2 after that. So they want to keep the streak going. Not only to have maybe a chance of a surprising comeback within this match, but as well to collect more stars, because I feel like that's the most important thing in today's broadcast, in today's day of the competition. Getting as many stars and points to get to this top 2. That's like the all-important thing. Getting to the top 2 to get into the top 8 then of the remaining teams.
Indeed, because once you make it into the top 8, that's where the prize pool starts to take effect. You don't make anything in the group stage, nothing from the qualifiers. It's only once you get to the playoff stage is where it starts to pay out. It's $50,000 given away in the playoff stage. And if you finish in first place, $20,000 and that golden ticket to the World Finals. So that's a nice little victory there if you're able to pull it off here. But we're now coming in with Trantino X coming in with some super bowlers. He's coming in with kind of similar to what Sammy did, but Sammy likes to bring regular bowlers. Trantino's coming in with super bowlers. Pekka's a little bit of a warden walk trying to grab this top multi. Let's see if this type of smash attack works.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to see if there's any specific traps against it. I mean, we have seen the other exposed Inferno Tower where the entire Tesla farm was around that Inferno Tower. This time around, though, it feels like that there is nothing really protecting that Inferno Tower. And that means easy work for that warden. But it takes some time, especially with that builder hut behind it, which means around about 1 minute, close to 1 minute, is gone of the attack. And smash attacks, we all know that, can rely a lot on the time, because it's a ground attack, so walls do matter. That's an interesting jump, just to making sure that he gets that first wall open, I guess.
Yeah, he wants to have these troops jump directly into this compartment, not wanting to worry about walking around the wrong way. So they're going straight into the eagle. There's an early rage to get through this defending king with ease, and then having this jump spell give access to the next set of the compartments all the way to the single target. And the warden ability is being used early to protect as many troops as possible.
Yeah, all of those troops nicely protected, and I think he blocked even the majority of the air traps over there. Nice freeze to keep that Pekka alive. The Royal Champ at the center around the top side, taking down that scatter shot. But there's the Warden as well. The Warden is dealing a ton of damage versus that Royal Champ. His scatter should go down though, the Town Hall as well. But there's the Tornado Trap rotating everything within that Town Hall poison. Now everything relies on how those troops split, but it looks so good so far still.
It does.
But the Royal Champ survived all of this, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah, the Royal Champ went to the top side and got so much value. As the Super Bowlers, King, everything's coming around to the bottom to help clean up this base. Brilliant attack here. And, hey, he even used that Siege Barracks on the outside to help get that extra. The Pekka Wizards as well for cleanup. And this is another triple for RVNT. And you just know that 1 star that came in from RVNT is devastating. And that will be the difference maker for sure in this match. If that was a triple, RVNT could have maybe have a chance to go perfect and have a chance of winning by 1 star. If Strut go triple out, that would put Strut to 14 stars. But yeah, you know at this stage, you cannot afford a 1 star.
No, 1 star. I feel like especially in the beginning of the match, as you have said, it's giving such a motivation boost to the other team because they kind of feel like, okay, it looks really good, guys. We can maybe chill down a little bit, which is sometimes helping for those players. While the other team is like, oh boy, we really have to triple this out, which is putting even more pressure onto them. So early 1 star is never a nice thing to have, and was the unfortunate stuff for RVNT, but they're still doing great considering that. I mean, 3 out of 3 otherwise so far in this competition now. And now it's back to Strut, and as soon as they having only 1 more fail, it's all tied up again in stars.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scores down below. Empire Gaming has the lead for them. Space Station has got the lead, and that just might be up by 2 with is that 3 fails? Because we have Betatron that has 6 stars. That is 2. So yeah, so they're not perfect. So there a lot of the other matches that are going on, really it's kind of almost anyone's match. They could take it. So you have to keep your eyes on those scores, as it's going to be close throughout all this group stage, as we have 2 more wars after this. Yes, we have some incredible stuff. We'll be finding the top 8 that's going to be moving on to next weekend in the double elimination. We're going straight into the next hit of Mask, coming in with a Queen of Charge Log Launcher Lalo. And this is an attack that I personally would consider using maybe the Yeti Super Wizard Bat Smash type of attack. But the problem is, if you see the Town Hall, there's a lot of stuff that would be very difficult to get through in order to get that Town Hall. So that would be the risk of that attack that I've learned. I've 1-starred many times where my Queen's not able to get that value, but Mask is coming in with that Queen Charge Lalo, raging up this Queen, finding that Tesla farm early, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about your Lalo. They have to fight through that. But he's going to be ending on the Town Hall, or maybe switch up the Lalo through it, which could be tough.
Yeah, I'm not really sure yet. I feel like just from how the plan looks, I'm not sure yet if he's going to stick with the Log Launcher or if he's going to change that, maybe to a Slammer or something. Because I feel like this Queen now is going to be able to just walk around the entire base. She can now walk the Expo, reach the air defense, go into the air defense compartment, then walk around the corner, go into the scatter compartment. So no wall break is really needed. At the same time now, it all depends if he tries to snipe the core Inferno Tower with the Log Launcher or not. Because opening walls for the Queen, that's not really needed, I think. Because just this base is so open and he can reach everything with that Queen. Or if he's going to switch to the Slammer. But no, he is indeed staying with that Log Launcher to snipe the core Inferno Tower and both of those sweepers.
So do you think the Log Launcher is the better play, or would a Wall Wrecker be nice? Because the Log Launcher looks like obviously it's taken down the multi a lot earlier than a Wall Wrecker would. And the Wall Wrecker wouldn't be losing its health as fast as the Log Launcher here as the Lalo's coming through. But I guess at the end of the day, he already took it down, so he got the value he wanted as the Warden ability goes off through the Town Hall, and this is looking crushed. Yeah,
this is looking really good. The right mans are getting taken care of.
Oh my.
The one freeze and the...
Oh, he makes it invisible.
Wait a second, but I don't think it's going to matter. But I feel like, to get to your question, I feel like it was the right call to go with the lock launcher, because the lock launcher took down the second sweeper as well, which means those loons were able to leave the town hall poison really quickly again, because they were not caught with another defense close to the town hall poison. So I feel like it was the right move, because Lancaster would have blocked that wall raker. So overall, great plan. I mean, we should not question Musk. He's doing amazing in this tournament so far, with different strategies, now coming with a queen charge Lalo and completely abusing all of those openings within the base with his queen, and that was a beautiful attack.
Yeah, when using the log launcher, what is it? Is it like 5 buildings that the logs that end up hitting, including like the walls? Because I know there's a limited amount that it won't like just continue all the way through every single one of them. Do you know what it is off the top of your head?
I think it should be like, it's 2 things. First off, it's just the tiles. So let's say it's not hitting anything, then it's like 20 tiles or something, I think. And then the next thing is, I think it's 5 buildings, 4 or 5 buildings. I'm not 100% sure. I think though the walls do not count, so it's all about the buildings, not the walls. So at least that's what I think. But most of the time,
it's good to know.
Not getting that far.
Yeah, because a lot of times people may use the log launcher and there's a bunch of buildings in a row. They may wonder why it's not going all the way to a core like a multi. Is because it's got to go through those buildings and it can't go through every single one, and it will end up getting stopped there. So you want to keep that in mind when you're using the log launcher. If you want to try to have the logs end up trying to take out something like a multi-target Inferno, because that multi can hit the log launcher pretty quick and early. That could be a problem, as Kingpin is coming in with the Queen Charge Lalo as well, but he's got that Flame Flinger with the Rage Queen Headhunter. We're able to clear that King with ease, as this Queen is going to be setting up... Oh, okay, he's going to use the jump to get her into this section, as we got the Ice Golems coming out as a defending CC. We don't see that all too much here in the kind of the competitive scene.
I'm just trying to think why he's using the Ice Golems. Maybe...
Yeah.
Like, typically the Ice Golems are really good against Blizzards, because you have only a certain time where Super Wizards can shoot stuff. But if they're getting frozen... Oh, the red mines. Oh, no. Oh. Are there any more red mines? I'm always scared when I see a lot of red mines popping up. But so... I mean, if they baited this Queen Charge, no way. No way they baited this Queen Charge. Okay.
Uh-oh.
Another red mine.
Oh no!
He's trying to black mine. Okay, maybe they expect a little bit of a different approach. Maybe they walk around or something. With the minion, we're going to see in just a second if there's more red. No, go back. I want to see the right side if there's more red.
We need to see. The healer seems safe so far. Okay, the single target Inferno locks on the Queen, so he uses the invisibility spell. Royal Champion's down, but he's going to be ending on this Town Hall. Probably a Tornado Trap. Yep, right behind that Town Hall. As the Oh, no, but this Warden, he needs to be able to make his way through. He's losing all these balloons quick. Uh-oh.
Yeah, he's losing a lot of balloons quickly. He's now running the risk with the Town on the back end. Not too many spells left. He has the Warden ability. He still has the Warden ability, but I'm not sure how he's trying to use that Royal Champ ability. Maybe for the Royal Champ, but the Warden is just not following. No. Warden, come on, one more. Yes, now the Warden ability. But that Warden was really trolling him.
Yeah, that Warden just didn't want to follow those loons there, as he was able to just secure the 2-star. He's got a few Yetis. Sneaky Goblin helping to take down that storage. We've got a Valkyrie going down. The Yetis and the Yeti Mice, the Headhunters, Archers are doing some work on that cannon. The Wizard Tower needs to go down. Oh, man, look at Kingpin. Look at this. He may just be able to barely take this one down. Brilliant job, and it is a 3-star. He stuck with it and was able to get it done.
Yeah, what a crazy comeback. I mean, at that point, I would have been already like screaming and everything, especially at my Warden. Like, that Warden did not follow at all. He could have protected his Royal Champ and the Queen together to keep them alive. But instead, the Warden is like, those minions, those look friendly. Let's go with them. So yeah, sometimes the troops are not really doing what you are hoping for them to do. But otherwise, this charge was really, really nice to get that queen. A lot of value right into the core. And then with the Roy Champ raged up to take down the Town Hall.
Yeah, hey, you got it done. A 3-star is a 3-star at the end of the day. So a very nice job. And you still think to yourself of that 1-star that came in for our VNT as we're sitting at 13 stars. Because if it wasn't a 1-star, even if it was a 2, it would push it to a 14. If it was a triple, it would have been a perfect war. That's how close this would have been. And oh, that is unfortunate. But now, Try Hard is gonna come in and try to go 8 for 8 here in the Queso Cup from the qualifiers through this group stage. And he's coming in with that Queen Charge Lalo.
Yeah, the next Queen Charge Lalo. This strategy is just so powerful in the right hands, and we know those pros know how to play it. We now have to see where he tries to wall break. Maybe on the right, like on the bottom side of the Expo. I guess that might be a wall break location, which looks pretty solid. He has 2 wall breakers within his army, but no. Okay, he's trying to take down the Town Hall with his King instead. So maybe the wall break at the Wizard Tower. We're going to be smart in just a second, but the Tesla right now are luring that Queen around the corner, which means he's trying to turn things invisible. The Queen's coming back.
Yes. Look at that invisibility spell. Lets that Queen now target onto the scatter, brings her into that compartment. Brilliant job. And that's not easy to do on the fly to be able to help do that. Sometimes you want to have that invisibility spell for your Queen, but it can double as a funneling tool, and he did it just like that as the King secured the Town Hall. So now this is opening up a charge into the core if he drops the wall breakers and grabbing an eagle, a multi, and all that value.
Yeah, but at the same time, the mortar got multiple shots at that flame flinger off, which means the flame flinger is not going to survive as long as he might hope for. At the same time, the single Inferno Tower might be a problem. Oh no, the Tesla and Giant Bombs are denying that wall break.
Yeah.
So that, now the flame flinger is opening, so this means, well, the Dragon Rider and the Rocket Loons are not getting as much value as he was hoping for. Rage is in. And Queen should go into that channel, but there's a lot of damage.
Yeah, the Lalo's coming in from the top with the Warden now freezing up that single as the Raw Champion. That's going to help take this single target Inferno down. Lalo's going over the scatter. The enemy Raw Champion. Look at this Queen. She's going to grab the multi. The Wizard Tower. The ground Expo on the backside. Pops the Warden ability through the Rage. The Headhunters absolutely crushed the defending Raw Champ. Rages up this Queen again. Got another freeze, and this is looking good for Try Hard. Wow.
Yeah, and that means that he's 8 out of 8 if there's 3 stars, which so far looks really good. We just don't want to jinx it. I mean...
Right? He's got the RC ability. He's got the Queen ability.
I mean, he's celebrating, okay? He's celebrating. So if he's now... He would jinx himself, okay? But at this point, it should be a 3-star. Nicely done. Try Hard. 8 out of 8. Machine.
Oh,
and that
my.
means 14 to 13, the final result in between of those 2 top teams.
That is incredible from Try Hard. 14 to 13. What a close war this was, even with that 1-star. Imagine if Sammy didn't get that. It could have been completely different. And Boom's attack could have made all the difference for Strut, as they would have both been, or it could have been, Strut would have been the 2-1 overall record. But they're not. They're undefeated here. They are 3-0, which now really puts the pressure on RVNT to try to have to win their final match against Chasmic Gaming. If Chasmic do indeed win a match to kind of, I guess, be on the line for them. I think Chasmic might play actually RVNT before that, before their final match. So that really could come down to it, as Strut is the winner of this match. Congratulations to them. They will be for sure advancing to the double elimination playoffs. We do have 2 more wars here today, which you do not want to miss, as the final score for Strut, 14 stars at 99% right there.
And just overall the performance so far of them in this group stage. twice 15 stars and once 14 stars versus the best of the best teams. That is impressive. That is really, really impressive. To see that performance. Boom, unfortunately, got this one really high percentage, 95% in, but still, really, really strong performance from the team. Only one triple, like dropping only one attack to not being a 3-star.
Yeah.
And moving forward to the next stage. That's the important thing for them, which at the same time, though, is turning this group into being really, really intense because it's now a crazy battle for the second seed within that group.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the crazy battle indeed. As I want to see what's going to happen down to the final match, what it's going to come down to between RVNT, Chasmic Gaming. I just don't think that Savage Esports is going to have a chance because they're currently 0-2. As RVNT, if they lose, then that would put them 1-2. If Chasmic lose and then win, they'll be 1-2. If Savage Esports win, I guess they'll be what? Who knows? Maybe they're going to have to hope some crazy things happen in order for them to have the chance. But remember, if it comes down to a tiebreaker, we have stars, we have percentage, that all plays a role. That's why every single attack is going to matter. But what we want to do is break down some attacks that we really liked. And the first one, I think that we may just break down here, is going to be Ast's attack that came in with the Yeti bats. And look at this base here. You see the Town Hall is to the edge. And this one, he just is going to straight up use the sneaky goblins to help take this down. And he identifies there's 2 single target infernos. I even think that if these were both multis, this attack still may have worked. That's how strong this attack is, where he would have just had to use his free spells. Maybe the Royal Champion helps to kind of come in and grab one of them, and then you could use a Bat Bomb on top of a scatter shot. That's how strong this is. But notice, all the Yetis, the Super Wizards, come on the opposite side. The Log Launcher, Warden, Rage, early Warden ability to path their way through all of this and help take that valley down. Yes, there is a Tornado Trap down here as well. It's just you push your way through, and this is where this attack is strong. Bases that have the Town Hall to the edge, to the outside, and then it's kind of that box style where you can just push your troops through one side of it, Warden ability, and get some incredible value. And then notice, this Royal Champion goes for something else that is Splash, which he's setting in for the Scatter Shot. You can send the Royal Champion into Wizard Towers to grab that, and then he has the bats to come to the bottom side as the Ice Golem is distracting the Wizard Tower on the outside. And then at this point, he doesn't really need to worry about the free spells because it's just point defenses. As you notice, even if those were multis, he could have used the free spells on those defenses and this still would have been crushed. That's how strong this attack really is. Even if it's all multi-target Infernos, as long as you get the value of the Town Hall, you send the charge from the opposite side, it's absolutely insane how strong this is. So this was a brilliant base identification for Astor Strut and used the attack perfectly in here. Brilliant job there. Man, Itsu, they are just showing the perfect attacks for these bases. And that's the one thing about Strut is it's so hard to game plan against them because they could just almost bring any attack strategy that they think may work. They're not just going to stick with what they like the best. They want to do something that will work on the base and something that maybe you don't predict they'll bring.
Yeah, that's right. They're always trying to adapt to the bases and make sure that they're choosing their strategies accordingly. So it's not easy to build against them for sure. That you're 100% right on that. But I feel like we should dive into the next replay because we had more matches than just this one match happening at the same time. So we want to take a look at some of the other matches. And in this one, we're going to jump into the match of Space Station. They had some great attacks over there. So we want to see how they did in this round of the tournament. So we have the match versus Renegados. And Picasso is coming in with some nice Lalo, but we're seeing more and more at the moment that Dragon Riders are getting mixed up, or like completely combined with Lalo attacks. And we're going to find out how they and why they're doing that. Well, we are seeing an incredible Skelly Donut. I mean, Skelly Donut is just so powerful. He's taking down from the beginning the Clan Castle, the Inferno Tower, and that Expo as well. I would have loved to see another like bad spell or something to take down the multi-inferno tower, but I guess that would have been a bit too much. But really, really nice Donut to completely give his heroes more possibilities in entering the base. Royal champion, getting taken care of on the defensive side from the king. In addition to that, scatter shot, while the queen then is working her way into the tunnel compartment. With that, you can already see there's a huge part of this base taken care of already, with only investing his heroes, 3 of the 4 heroes, and a couple of spells. Otherwise, he has still the entire army left to go. So now you might wonder, why the Dragon Rider? The Dragon Rider is again depending on the Warden position, and we have talked about that already a couple of times, that the Warden needs to be placed according to the placement of the defending heroes. Why is that the case? The reason being that you want to have the headhunters going directly onto the defending air hero, which in our case is that defending queen. So the king from the bottom side is protecting that queen, so the headhunters have to go first to the king and then to the queen. That's why he's coming in from the top right side with this Lalo, with this Warden. And then Loons on their own, without the bonus HP of the Warden, are really struggling into a lot of defenses. And that's why you're bringing those Dragon Riders instead, to make sure those Dragon Riders can take down the defenses easier without the Warden Aura HP boost, because they're just going to survive more than just those couple of Loons. So really nice attack from Pekka, showing off how strong Space Station as well is in the current meta, and they know what they're doing. And that was a beautiful attack.
Yeah, it was a beautiful attack from Space Station as well. So let's take a look at the schedule of the wars to come, because we've already had the first one. We do have 2 more here today. So the top row is all done. The second row is our next war, which is going to be Tribe Gaming versus GS. And then the last war is going to be Bazinger versus ITP Team. But if we look at the group 2, this is where things get interesting. Chasmac Gaming is taking on Savage Esports. If Chasmac win that match, and then they defeat RVNT, Chasmac advances. But if they lose that match, then Savage Esports may have a chance, if Chasmac then defeats RVNT, to make a comeback if they have the stars. Who knows what's going to happen? So that match, there's a lot on the line. Keep your eye out on Group 2. But the next one coming up is Tribe versus GS. But let's also bring up the leaderboard, where all the teams stand, as we are talking about the schedule of the next 2 teams. As there's some amazing matches. And if you don't see the match that we're covering here right now, there's a bunch of other community streamers. Definitely go check them out, as every single one of these wars hopefully should be covered, where you will be able to take a look at them if you want to go see. But incredible stuff. But Group 2 is going to get really interesting for sure. Here are the overall standings here at 2.
That's right, and we can see that we have in Group 1, 2, and 3 already teams which are 2 and 0.
Well, this might be before that the match today.
Yeah, like
because Stretch would be 3 and 0.
That's right. I was just trying to like see where the third matches are, but yeah, we don't have any third matches in so far on this graphic. So Strat would have been 3 and 0 on this one. Do you know who won Empire versus, I think it was Olifants, right? Do you know who won that one? That would have been really interesting.
Empire was definitely leading. I remember when the last time I took a look. So I don't know the final result of that, but Empire was leading kind of halfway through. Maybe they won, maybe they didn't. Maybe they Olifants came and made a comeback. I do not know. Maybe we'll take a look at the group stage after this interview that we have with the players, as we sat down with them and we asked them, what is the best attack strategy in your opinion?
Hola a todos, soy José, jugador de Bazinger, y ahora les responderé unas preguntas de las Queso. En mi opinión es el Lalo, porque lo puedes usar tanto para las caminatas como los Sui, y cuentas con muchísimas variaciones para poder usarlos en diferentes bases.
In my opinion, Queen Charge Lalo is the best strategy. La mejor estrategia de ataque ahorita que el Alun, pero sería usar diversos tipos de ejércitos para cada base. Por ejemplo, hay bases que se prestan para un Queen Wall mixto, un Queen Wall Alun, un Sui Lalo.
クイヒーラバルだと思います。対策しようにも上手い人のクイヒーラバルは対策しようがないことがほとんどなので一番強いなと思っています。
Eu acho que a estratégia mais forte desse meta, sem dúvida, é o Queen e Lalo. Tem muita gente utilizando, tem muitas variações diferentes que dá para ser efetuado com a variação de Queen e também a variação de Lalo, né, padrão. E qualquer ataque que seja finalizado com lavas e balões está bem forte nesse meta e a gente sem dúvida vai explorar bastante essa variação.
That was some great insight from the players, really all agreeing about the Queen charge Laloon. Just Lalo is super strong, and especially saying how if they are really good with Queen charge Lalo, you can't plan against them. You can try to maybe bait something, right? Try to trap some healers, and try to take them down, which Strut does a really good job at. But it's really seeing that Queen charge Lalo is super strong and one of the, if not the strongest attack in the game. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, just like in general, Lalo is so powerful. I mean, yes, Queen Charge Lalo is one of them, but I feel like as well, like those hero dive Lalo attacks, which you have seen already multiple times now, they just feel like unstoppable if those pros can really execute them. I feel like it's all about how good the opening can be baited for those pros to make sure that they're picking that strategy as like the best strategy. At the same time, though, we have to say that this is like really tournament concentrated. So I feel like a lot of people are always asking, what is the best strategy? Like, what strategy should I play? And the only advice which I can give, well, we can see the qualifier stats of our next match of the next two teams. The only advice I can give is play the strategy which you have the most fun with, because I feel like any strategy in the moment can work if you can play it well. And that's what we have seen over the tournament weekend so far, like different strategies working on different bases, working overall differently in this tournament. It's just like that for the pros, the Queen Judge Lalo is just so strong. But if you want to play, I don't know, something different, feel free to do so, because I feel like anything can work if you actually put time into it.
Yeah, if you really put time into it, you can have the base identification. And when you're on your team of 5, you can say, hey, this is the right base for it. I'll take it on. And let's see if Ren from GS can do that with the Sui Lalo, not the Queen Charge Lalo. Doesn't have healers here. So let's see the kind of value he wants to get. We got some skeletons. We got a heal. We have 3 lava hounds. Usually when I see a heal, maybe you incorporate some dragon riders, which I like to do when I can have the dragon rider and let's say a stone slayer move in to take out an eagle artillery. I definitely have copied many pro players, including I've seen Hawk that came in from like Tompanai that would do that attack strategy, and it's worked. I've done it in CWL, and I was like, whoa. Definitely surprised me how strong it is. But let's see if Brandon can take down Riqueras' base here with a wall wrecker to try to make its way into the multi to help take that down.
Yeah, I feel like the heal for this one is for sure to make sure the push through the town hall is a bit easier, a bit better to keep those loons alive, especially if there's a tornado trap behind the town. Otherwise, this is always not going too well for those loons if they're getting capped inside that town hall. Poison Queen ability now to take down the headhunter, but he already got so much value with the town hall.
Oh wow!
He is now the next big target. Inferno Tower going down, and that means the Lalo is about to get unleashed, and we're going to see the heal spell right behind the town hall, especially if there's the tornado trap.
That one Rocket Loon that came out with the Yeti pulled a couple traps, like red air bombs and a seeking air mine. So that was some nice value there. As he pops the Warden Belly, there's the tornado trap. The balloons are going right through this town hall, pathing their way over. Drops the heal, like you said, right after the town hall so they can get healed up, because we do have a multi and a queen on the other side of the Tesla farm to try to fight through.
And the most crazy thing about this, I feel like at this point, is that how is he doing this all of this on his phone? I mean,
Right.
I would have just lost control already years ago. I mean, I don't know. At the moment, it feels like the loons are pathing completely around those key defenses. And with that, the loons are not really following the plan, are not really going for that multi-inferno tower. And his heroes are down by now, every single one of them. And that looks like a defense for a tribe at the moment.
Oh, he used the freeze on the air defense Archer Tower. Didn't want to save it for that multi-target Inferno, as this is going to be a problem. The defending Queen is still up. There'll probably be a trap or two in this area. And these balloons, I don't think they're definitely going to make it, including a Grand Warden altar on the other side. Wow.
Yeah, that Queen is going to pick them off for sure, especially with the remaining tribes over there. The plan looked good. I feel like the Warden ability overall was just way too early. I feel like a freeze onto the Town Hall and then a way more delayed Warden ability could have helped him quite a bit, because I feel like with this Warden ability, he lost the majority of the loons, which would have split up to the core, because that loon came in a little bit later towards the Town Hall. So I feel it kind of broke down. Like, the hero part was amazing, but it broke down. In my opinion, I think around their channel with how he used those spells, and that's already the thing, right? Lalo is strong, but at the same time, it's really sometimes just like unforgiving with how not that many HP those loons have, and that's always the tricky thing with like other troops like the Electro Dragons. It feels like if you freeze like 1 second too late and the scatter is actually going to hit your Electro Dragons, that's not that much of hit points which are then missing, it feels, regarding how many hit points the overall have. For loons, half of the hit points are just gone, and that can already completely change the entire attack.
Yeah, absolutely. It makes a huge difference on the tiles you drop your troops, on the apps, and the exact timing you drop your spells, especially for a Lalo attack. Now, Axosis, he is coming in with a Queen Charge Lalo, in this variation, using that Blimp Yeti to help grab the Eagle. But the nice thing about this is he also lures out this Clan Castle nice and early, so he can deal with on the outside as he drops a Poison spell for the Archers. The Supermans are a little bit deeper, so it's going to be a little annoying here, but they will step into the Poison, and the Queen will be able to help clear them with ease.
Yeah, Queen charging in there nicely, as is said, with those Supermen having no chance. And now he's trying to force that Queen even into the second multi-inferno tower. And
okay.
Yeah, I mean, the King pathing looks great. The King always tries to fake you, like trying to like show you that he's walking in a certain direction, then he's going to come back and like, no, you thought wrong. Like that wasn't my intention. But yeah, he keeps charging in there. With the jump, he's going to get some nice access behind the town on this attack so far. Looks incredible. Yeah, that jump should connect. I think he really only tried to open up this Inferno Tower compartment. That's why he deployed the jump like that. And I think he should open that to make sure the Queen is getting the value he needs.
And this is looking fantastic with the value so far. The Queen will be able to help grab the Town Hall. There is the Tornado Trap that's spinning. But he's got to freeze the single. No, he decides to go with the Invis for his Queen, as now the Lalo is coming over with an Ice Hound that's flying over the top. The Town Hall will be going down. Warden's ability goes off. Royal Champion's coming through still with a Rage, a Freeze. And this is looking crushed here with what he still has left.
Wow. Just wow. The Queen ability is in.
Oh.
He has no spells left anymore regarding the Queen, because
that Warden ability was used early.
At the bottom.
Yeah.
But at the same time, though, with taking care of the scatter compartment at the bottom side, I mean, there's nothing left which can actually threaten his Queen except that Barbarian King, and that Barbarian King is now on the Royal Champ, but there's no base left. That means Exorcist getting the 3-star in with an incredible Queen charge and really giving Tribe the early lead in this one.
Brilliant attack from Axosis, showing just how perfectly you could set a funnel. And if that King went to the right side and didn't go exactly where he wanted, the Queen would not have walked into that multi-target Inferno, and it would not have gotten the value that he wanted. He would have had to completely adapt on the fly and change it up. But brilliant job. Is a little risky getting that King down, and I don't know if he dropped any Barbarians, because if you don't test for, let's say, Tesla things, that can mess your King pathing up and cause him to go the wrong way. So sometimes it could be safe to drop a little Barbarian to try to test for a Tesla farm, skeletons, who knows? Because that's the one thing where you can kind of count on to drop some balloons, take it out to force the king to go a certain way. But Exorcist does a brilliant job right there, shows just how important it is to get the final set, and the queen does the rest.
Yeah, the queen does the rest. That's like the important thing with those queen charges. If you can get the value, if you can keep your queen alive, and if you can get your queen into the right direction, like there's a lot of different things which have to go your way to make this strategy so powerful, so successful overall. But in the right hands, it is incredible, as we have heard from the pros before this match in the interview. Queen Sui Lalo getting picked by far the most out of all of those pros and nominated as this #1 strategy right now within the game. And now it's back to GS. I mean, they have to now get those 3 stars in to make sure that, well, they're not falling behind too bad. I mean, we have seen this now a couple of times where teams are having a pretty big deficit after the first couple of attacks already into the match with stars. And now we have Lippy in, and that's going to be another Lalo, but this time around, another heal, but a golem into the mix as well to make this hero dive even stronger. And he needs to get a lot of value with that lock launcher. The other thing which I don't know, I just somehow now noticed is that Tribe switched away from the box spaces. We have seen them use box bases yesterday, and instead running now those anti-3-star bases, which so far have worked so wonderful for the Strut guys.
Yeah, well, keeping their opponents on their toes, as Tribe is trying to just lock it up and go 3-0 in this group stage. Let's see what this queen can get through this eagle, as we have the king. The queen might walk to the right side a little bit, but she could come back after the platform goes down. The wall wrecker is going to try to go into the multi-target inferno, as we do have a second additional multi and then the single near the town hall, which typically is where the tornado trap tends to be, just between the town hall and like an inferno tower behind it.
Yeah, and this time he really needs to make sure that those that the warden ability is on point, especially combined then with the heal spell. That's what they have done so far to protect those loons. Now the Lalo is starting, so let's see him. He's using as well the phone. That's to me so crazy, so impressive.
We have one headhunter going to the warden. Okay, there it is.
Poison, nice poison. And now we see the early freeze. The freeze instead, no early warden ability this time around though. Now the rage warden ability now. Perfect delay.
Okay.
And he does not even need the heal just yet because there's no tornado trap.
I don't know about that freeze. That freeze I don't think was necessary because the warden ability was still active. So it was kind of like that freeze was swagged. I like that warden ability, one through the town hall, obviously, but also it protected that lava hound, right? That lava hound was protected, flying its way across so it can stay alive even longer. Now he uses the skeleton spell as cleanup. I don't know about that. Would I have used it to try to distract an Inferno or the Air Expo? Let's see these balloons because there's trap. Don't tell me this ground skeleton spell would have helped. Uh-oh. Oh no, the trap.
It can still work.
It's still coming over. Uh-oh. Wait a second. But there's the storages though. That stuff's going to be in front of the single target Inferno, which is what's going to allow the single target Inferno to pick these skeletons off. And they're going to go to the other storage. Oh no. Look at this. They're again, and that's it. 96% 2-star. Not going to get it there. That's another defense for a Tribe. Fluxy's base holds. And it could have come down to trying to save that freeze or something for that core, because he dropped the freeze when the Warden Eternal Tome was still active on the balloon. So it's all about timing. We've talked about it before with the spells timing and everything like that. And who knows what that would have done, because if he would have had an extra freeze, a skeleton spell to distract an Air Expo, maybe he would have just taken the damage from the traps and would have been able to power through it just barely. A very nice try there for GS, as that's another fail, and that's going to hurt him.
Yeah, that's for sure a really unfortunate fail right there for them. Especially, I mean, both fails were somewhat close regarding just this couple of red mines really messing up those Lalo attackers in the core, because you need the warden ability already for the Town Hall, which then gives you no protection for the core, especially now with the buffed red mines. You can even burst those loons through a heal spell, and that's not what we have seen a couple of times, and now we're seeing Rikiris on the other wait, he's doing pretty much the exact same entry-wise, starting on the other side of the Town Hall, having right now a lock launcher selected. Like, it's pretty much the same approach when it comes down to the planning. So let's see now how it works for Rikiris. But at the same time, though, he is using the Yeti around the Town Hall to create a better path to take down the air defense.
Yeah, the Yeti will grab the AD very nicely here. But the log launcher is going to try to move in, freezes up the Eagle, but not necessarily the Eagle, to freeze up the troops, the Headhunter, right there, so that the poison spell can do... Wait, logs? Oh, well, it went down anyways. I was wondering if the logs were going to end up taking the Headhunter down. As he makes his Royal Champion invisible over on the far right side, the Queen's going to pop this Hound. The balloon helps take down that Eagle artillery, as now this Queen... will probably go off to the right side. Royal Champ's trying to go into the core to the multi, which, one more shot, just gets it down with that final spear throw.
That was so lucky, to be honest, that this Inferno Tower is going down then barely with that second throw. And he's now using one Dragon Rider to snipe that one multi-Inferno Tower, which is quite smart. And he's actually okay. So the reason why he took care of this top air defense is that he wanted to make sure that he's sending the first Hound across this Town Hall compartment, because what this does is he now knows there is no tornado trap behind the Town Hall. That was the entire purpose, because now he knows, okay, he can totally work with that. And he invested an entire Ice Hound just for that, using the second Hound now inside the Warden ability to tank this scatter forever.
That was brilliant there. My only question is, should he have used the regular Hound instead of the Ice Hound to do as the test? What do you think? Would that have been better? Because Ice Hound kind of froze over on the backside, didn't get the best of value, but it doesn't matter in this case as it's crushing.
Yeah, I mean, never a question, Rikiris, but I was wondering the same
right?
thing. I would have thought that, wait a second, actually the tornado trap was next to the Town Hall. How did he miss that?
Was it?
It just got triggered around where the Headhunter was. Like on the left side of the Headhunter. It was around the Town Hall.
Oh, really?
But it just never got triggered. That is wild. Okay, he missed that tornado trap with the Hound and with all of those loons. Okay, that's strange, but 3-star is there. So Tribe Gaming staying perfect for now. Now it's back to GS, and they need the 3-star. It's kind of the same story again.
They do.
With how Group B is standing with... There is one team at the moment which is standing at the top and seems like winning versus all of the other teams, which means even if like all of the teams are losing to that one team, which means it's all about how many stars can you get versus that one team to maybe finish them in second. So it's all about concentrating, getting as many stars in as possible, even if you might lose. Yes, you might lose this one match, but it's all important then for the entire picture of the group standings then.
I'm looking at the bottom scores, and I see Chasmic with I think it's 2 triples. They got the 6 stars, and then Savage Esports has the 1 fail. They've got obviously the next attack to come in with, so that's big for Chasmic if they want to have a chance to advance, because they need to beat Savage Esports, and then they need to beat RVNT in the final match as well. King of Kings has got 5, but Warren Glory's got their triple as well. So these scores are going to be kind of updating throughout this war, so be sure to keep your eye out on the scores down below, as ITP does have 2 triples against Betatron right there, which is big. Man, these groups are really starting to really shuffle up, and we don't know what's going to be happening other than Strut is definitely going to be going through, as they are 3-0. MS Esports doesn't play today because they already played their 3 matches yesterday, so they're really going to hope that things have to really go their way to have a chance, but we're in here with Ryuta coming in with the Queen Charge Dragon Riders. We've got a Zap. Okay, so we got 5 lightning spells. Gonna help take down an Inferno Tower, single target Inferno behind the Town Hall, and then activate the Town Hall with the, maybe go with Flame. No, he's got a Stone Slammer here, so he could still take out a single if he wants to protect this Queen so she doesn't get targeted onto it.
Yeah, I feel like on this one, he's going to try to charge into this queen channel. I mean, that's how it looks like to me. At least he has no wall breakers, so he has no intention to, I don't know, go anything crazy charge-wise. There's no jump spell, so my guess would be for sure the single Inferno Tower, as you said, behind the Town Hall. Healers are now in.
Yeah.
But where is that queen supposed to go? At the moment, it feels like that she's going to step to the elixir storage, so she's not going to go into this channel. There's the rage now. So maybe there's another lightnings getting that. Getting the Inferno Tower. I was a bit afraid first, but Clan Cast now getting taken care of.
Those
and then the
go
queen
to
has
the
to
Town Hall,
go.
though.
Yeah, I think so. So then the king
feel
has
like
to
she
take
should.
care of that scatter compartment.
Yeah. Oh, he's gonna wait. He wants to be sure that the queen definitely... Oh, no, he's not waiting. He's going with the king down there. The queen's taking her time through the lava pups. While this air expo's on the queen, which is actually not too bad, because then it can help tank and protect this king a little bit more, as the queen is indeed making her way over to the town hall. But look at that. Was it that one mini or something that pulled the tornado? And then the red air bombs.
Yeah, that was clutch with that one minion. But the queen, oh no, running into the town hall poison and the giant explosion. And that's now looking not as he was hoping for, but at least the red mines were triggered already behind the town hall, so that's clutch for him. Now those Dragon Riders are coming in. I'm surprised that... Did he deploy this one Dragon Rider before the Slammer? Because he already lost one Dragon Rider at this point, which is strange when you go into an air defense.
Yeah, that definitely hurts if you lose that early, but the Dragon Rider going through still has some more internal tone, but notice he doesn't have too much time. 40 seconds left in the attack, decides to freeze up the enemy Royal Champion because he needs his queen up for cleanup at this point, as the Dragon Riders pops the ability through a Seeking Air Mine to keep the one Dragon Rider up. Brilliant. We do have an air defense on the top side of this base. He's going to freeze the scatter. The air defense there, only 20 seconds. Time is not on his side, and he's just going to time fail if he has enough strength to get through.
Yeah, that is going to be a time fail, as you said. And I mean, crazy defense, though, for Tribe. I mean, they are so far, the base building team, 3 out of 3 when it comes down to successful defenses. That is just some crazy statistics there when it comes down to defense. So really impressive. GS really trying a lot of different things, and especially if you have seen the performance of GS in the qualifiers, they were smashing base left and right, and a lot of people said, how should you stop them? I mean, they were putting up incredible numbers, and they really they really seem to struggle a lot versus those anti-3-star bases, and it seems like so far the teams with anti-3-star bases had the most success in this meta. And I feel like as well in Legends at the moment, anti-3-star bases are working really well because no one is really used to attack them anymore. It's always this cycle of like anti-2-star bases being popular, so everyone is using them, everyone is getting used to them, which then again is turning into some people are running anti-3-star bases, which then again is not that, like, people are not as familiar anymore with those. And it's always this cycle of meta where sometimes that is more common, then it's getting worse because of that, because people are getting this routine again versus that strategy of base design. So it's always kind of cool to see how that's evolving. I feel like at the moment, really anti-3-star bases are back in business with people are not really used to it. And Kronos now coming in with a Queen Charge Dragon Rider attack on their own. Even the Lightnings, they use that as well to make sure that this Queen is getting as much value as possible.
Yeah, wants to keep this Queen a charge away, potentially into the Town Hall as he finds some Teslas in this area. The King's going to help set up more of a funnel for this Queen, as we do have the enemy Queen, so he may get lured over to her. Yep, indeed, there he goes, pops the ability, running across, pulls a Giant Bomb, but should be setting up this path for this Queen to eventually step her way into the Town Hall, into the core of this base. And don't have too many. Well, we do have 2 rages for this Queen to keep her alive, as you don't necessarily need the rage spells for Dragon Riders, which is one of the benefits of coming in with a Dragon Rider attack, as you can then invest all these spells for that Queen Charge if you decide to go with Lightning.
Yeah, that is for sure how this works with the Queen now keep pushing forward. The Dragon Rise already started. You do not want to have the time fair this time around, though. We have the Slammer nicely tanking for that, for those remaining Dragon Riders to make sure that they're staying alive and being able to put up as much damage as possible while the Queen is trying to not attack the Town Hall as I don't know, like, as bad as possible. Now even the Tornado Trap is rotating the Queen away from the Town Hall. And this might really cost him. Dragon Riders are catching a little bit of the Town of Poison. Royal Champion now from the right side. But still, he is having so many troops alive.
Oh yeah, Kronos, this is looking fantastic here. And he knows it. Pops the RC ability. This is another 3-star for Tribe. And now they're going to have a 3-star lead with the same amount of attacks used. That is incredible. Absolutely brilliant attack. So you talked about how GS did really good during the qualifiers. So my question to you, Itsu, is do you think it was because teams didn't know who they were playing? Because this is the group stage, and the teams knew who they could prepare for. So do you think that GS really is successful when teams are just random, they don't know what the matchups were, or they can kind of scout and build bases against them?
I think so. At the same time, I feel like a lot of those top teams are at the top because they're having so good base builders which can like think ahead of time with like what people might attack this base with. Yeah. And I feel like that is so important in those then second or third stages of tournaments where you already have seen, especially the bigger teams getting streamed so much. So for example, GS was streamed a lot in the qualifier, which means the base builders were able to watch some of their attacks, so then like try to adapt to that. Because, for example, in Tribe, that's the perfect example. They have started with box bases because they felt like, I guess, those were the best versus that specific team. Then switched to Anti 3. So they're really trying to, depending on who they are playing, which in this group stage, I mean, everyone knows who they are playing. So this makes this group stage completely different to this kind of more random than qualifier system where you can play whoever is going to sign up, like it's just going to be randomized. So I think that's a big difference in those setups.
Absolutely. I think it plays a big role for sure. But here we go with GS. The next attack, we're coming in with, okay, is this now 3 in a row? Some like Lightning Queen Charge Dragon Rider attacks here, with this Queen going to be charging her way to the Town Hall. As we have the single target Inferno behind the Town Hall again, probably going to be trying to take down the single, as he's got 6. That's enough to take out an Expo, right? With an Earthquake? Kind of forget. Yeah, I think that's enough.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Okay, or a 5 and 2 Earthquake does the same thing, right?
I mean, I'm always using the 6 and 1 Earthquake combination, so I have no clue if the 2 and 5 works. But
I think it does.
I mean, no clue.
Either way, taking out this Hound with the poison spell. We have 3 super wall breakers to try to charge this Queen into the enemy Queen, the multi, and the scatter shot down here. So this is really nice value that this Queen can get if he's able to funnel the Queen there.
Yeah, trying to push that Queen in. And one compartment which seems like Tribe likes that a lot is this like compartment with the scatter. Really far on the outside, and right behind that, this multi-inferno tower. They have used that already now on multiple bases. Really have worked great for them so far against Lalo attacks, especially with the pathing and everything. And they have using this twice in this base, for example. So they really like this compartment, it seems like. So let's take a look at if it's going to help them to take this base out, because the Queen Charge looks amazing, but I feel like the only problem which I see at the moment is the Queen is kind of getting limited now in the value because there is no jump, which he cannot bring because he already had to invest a lot of lightnings. So this Queen is kind of stuck and has to somehow shoot a wall or something while the Dragon Riders are coming from the top side.
Yeah, the Dragon Riders from the top means that he's leaving the Eagle Artillery for the end, which could be very risky. As you're going to be taking a bunch of Eagle shots onto your Dragon Riders. But his World Champion is still moving her way through, now locking onto the defending King, tries to take him down and not able to. But the Queen's ability goes off. She needs to clutch up the rest of this as the Dragon Riders are getting picked off by the air defense. Drops a Baby Dragon to the left to try to provide some tanking and distract that air defense there. But he's looking good here. He's got 30 seconds left in this raid. The warding goes down, but the queen's still up. We got an owl taking out the platform, and there we go. GS is taking into the 3-star, taking down Kronos' base with the queen charge, lightning, zap, dragon riders. Great attack, even ending on that eagle artillery, which can be risky as you take so much damage, but he does it there for their first triple in this match.
Yeah, that was a beautiful plan with taking down the town hall with the blimp, then the lightnings for the buildings behind that town hall for the Fern Tower and the expo. Yep. So really, really good attack by Jess, but at the same time, it's getting tricky for them. It's getting really tricky because we have already seen earlier that in this group now, there's 2 teams now with 2 wins, which is making this really hard for the other teams because I think Jess now, if they lose this, they have already 2 losses. And the 4th team, I think, as well. So Group A or Group 1 seems like if this match keep going that way as it is right now, which it looks like, then it looks tricky for the remaining 2 teams to have a chance of getting into this top 2 position. Well, we can see the results of the other, or like not the results, but the current scores of the other matches. And Chesmag, I think, in the Group 2 is the most interesting one. It's all 8-8. Okay, only percentage being the difference maker right there. That group is so intense. Why, for example, ITP is in the lead quite a bit in their match. So, next attack though, Knowledge, and he loves that cloned Super Minion Blimp. He likes to do that quite a bit, and I think he's going to do that again on this one. Exactly, cloning the Super Minions, and that's what Boom did as well. I feel like the Dragons and Dragon Riders fit a little bit better to this follow-up, because you're creating good pathing as well with the strategy. Yeah, and look at this. Grabs a single target Inferno as well, and grabs so much value, pulling some red air bombs. Look at this. This is fantastic so far, as he's got a poison spell, which he can deal with some of the troops that come out, which are these super minions, and then send the dragons probably from the top side as heroes to the bottom if he wants to go grab that scatter. Since poison's through, and baby dragon up top. Okay, no, he's gonna walk the queen over from the top towards this eagle, and there won't be a lava hound since he pulled out at least 2 super minions in here, so he does at least know that. Yeah, and those dragons now have a that path looks just super straightforward regarding where those dragons and dragon riders can go with the queen going around this top side. As I said, delaying the king, so the clan castle is not getting lured. The clan castle, possible troops in there, even though we already lured 2 of the super minions in there. And now the king is in. The king is in to tank for that queen with the dragon riders slowly making their way through. The eagle shots are coming in. He cannot use the warden ability just yet because the warden did not follow perfectly. But now then he can use the warden ability to block versus the defending royal champion out of the incoming damage. Brilliant job. The clan castle's gone. He's going to path his way straight into the enemy royal champion. He even still has his RC. Finally just deploys her to the left side. She's making her way through, and this is crushed. Still has his king, queen, and royal champion abilities. What an attack. Perfectly set up with the super minion clone blimp to grab that value of the town hall, and he makes it look so easy. Look at this. Look at what a crushing attack from Knowledge, and Tribe now going 4 for 4. I'm right now thinking about what we have seen earlier today from Boom with the attack, what he took care of, because he took care a lot, kind of similar of the value. If the attack would have turned out different, if he would have used the dragons instead, because he had to face so many heroes, he would have been able to send his own heroes on the flanking side of the other heroes. So I just have to think about like what could have happened if he would have just used dragons and dragon riders instead of this Lalo, because I feel like Knowledge shows it. It's so strong, this combination, because the super minions are triggering already traps on air. They are doing so many traps and taking so many buildings out, so the pathing is looking so good. So overall, really solid blimp, which can get a lot of value and tends to be not baited, because, well, especially if you play it onto a bomb tower, no one expects that blimp if Blizzard is in the game, which most of the time is going to be used more often. Yeah, and the big thing with the Lalo attacks, like what Boom came in with,
is you need spells for them typically, unless you don't have any splash damage or things like that to worry about. But if you have to move your way through scatter shots or multi-target infernos, you need freezes, you need hastes to time it to move through. But dragons and dragon riders, you might not necessarily need those, right? So you can have the clone spells and really path their way through with the dragon. So that's why Knowledge Attack was so strong. And Booms kind of fell short because he didn't have enough spells to protect those balloons to fly around. But as we now have the final attack from GS coming in with that zap Queen Charge Lalo. Okay, you don't see this all too often. You see obviously the Queen Charge Lalo a lot. You see the Zap Lalo without healers. But this you don't see too much because the healers or the Queen Charge doesn't have too much in terms of like ability to charge her way through, as he only has 2 rages. Using that blimp to secure the Town Hall. Nice not needing to use a spell for that. We've got Headhunters now going to run off to this Queen. Takes out the enemy Queen. Rages her up. And he's got this charge value through this multi here.
Yeah, he's whacked though one of the wall breakers, which is quite unfortunate. I'm just trying to think about if he could have wall breaks at the clan castle or even at the builder hut into the core with a second wall break, which would have given his Queen incredible value. Or if that was just a safety wall break, like, okay, let's see if something is going wrong or anything like that, and just to be sure I have the second wall breaker in my army. But either way, so far the Queen Charge looks incredible into all of that important defenses to take those out. Then again, the Royal Champion coming in from the right side with the Lalo starting from the far left side to take down this really annoying ground export to give this Queen some time to breathe.
Yeah, that's doing quite a bit of damage on the Queen, but she's tanking here. Looks like she's fine as the Warden and the Lalo are coming to the top side. Can pop an early Warden build. He does. Oh, no! Both the Headhunters got sprung perfectly. So he's not able to take down that Royal Champion, but he's got tons of loons still up. And his Royal Champion is still going through. The Owl is working onto the RC, but it's still going to be a triple. It's just, when you find those spring traps with your Headhunters, it's just like, oh, it's the worst feeling, as you're like, no, please don't be the reason why I fail because of the enemy Royal Champ or Queen are still up and picking your balloons off. But not the case here, as GS do come in with a triple to close off their final attack. We do have one more attack to come in from a Tribe Gaming to try to, I'm not going to say it, but yeah, they're just trying to get another triple to put them to that magic number of 15. But we're going to take a look at the ticker at the bottom of the screen, which has got the other scores rolling in. We have War and Glory looking good so far. They haven't failed with 12 stars. They got the lead. Chasmek, oh, look at that.
That match.
It's all tied up 10-10. And if Chasmek triple their final attack, they win. And then it'll be the winner of RVNT and Chasmek who moves on to the playoffs. Wow.
What a crazy group this is in Group B. It's so close for the second spot. At the same time, we are seeing that ETP Gaming is doing quite good as well over there in the Group 4. So MS Esports are still hoping, but so far I'm not sure if they have a chance of still making into this, because they have as well not the highest score. I mean, let's see and wait what is going to happen. But overall, some really fun results so far in this in those other matches which are happening at the same time. And I cannot wait to see how this Group 2 is going to turn out. But as I said, there's one more attack in this one for Tribe. They have the possibility of going for that magic number for the 15 stars, as I said it as well. I mean, let's see if we jinx it. But yeah, I mean, 14 stars so far was the average, so
the classic.
Nothing too crazy.
The classic Itsu jinx coming in right now. Itsu and Carbon. Let's see what they can do against Fluxy. Oh, look at the space. I mean, he's upgraded some walls to max. Some other ones he forgot to upgrade from Town Hall 12. So I guess he's a little. He's like a 12.5 14, kind of 14.12. Who knows with some of these walls? As Veluxy is going to be charging with this queen, pulling out some super minions onto this blimp to try to help take that down, and rocket loons to keep this queen alive, and then charging her way into the enemy queen.
And what happened to those mortars? I feel like mortars at the moment are such an important defense because they are really providing you with some defensive possibilities versus those flame flingers. So, yeah, for sure, not the most upgraded base. So Flaxy is having the chance of 3-starring this one. Poison and not the poison, the freeze, and the headhunter coming in. And now he wants to charge further into this base. No more wall breaks. This queen has to find her path now on her own with any more support. While that king is now charging into that, I guess, multi-inferno tower compartment. That's where he has to go.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, does it really matter what the walls are? Because usually those don't play too big of a role in terms of you use the max wall breakers anyways of the super wall breakers. And then log launcher, okay, that's where it can make a difference, right? The logs open the wall even faster, or even a flame flinger, right, with the fire spares and stuff. But this Raw Champion is gonna... What? Don't tell me this Raw Champion is gonna grab both of these Infernos. Okay, this is crazy. This is insane.
Oh, wow. Royal Champ, but the king went wrong, actually. I think the king was supposed to get that left Inferno Tower, which he did not. And because of that, all of those loons died out. Now that's being kind of like a problem, especially because the eagle is still standing for so long. With only having the defending king on the back end and no more point defenses, this is still looking like a 3-star. And for Flaxy, this is another 3-star, which means they are going to finish on those 15 stars. Getting another 15-star match on the board for them, 15-12. And they're,
wow.
I mean, so far, the stats are really showing that Tribe and Strut are looking strong on offense and defense. Both of them are now first within their group. And I think both of them had 2 out of the 3 matches 15 stars and 1 match 14 stars, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, those 2 teams are looking cracked at the moment. And the defenses are holding strong as well. A lot of those top teams are really struggling against those.
Yeah, they're doing fantastic. You got to give credit to the defensive side of Tribe Gaming, as their defenses held strong to only 12 stars. And it's not like they gave all their opponents the same kind of base style. They switched things up, like you mentioned, from going from box to go into anti-3-star designs, and really giving their opponents and throwing them for a loop, as holding them, okay, we have a 92, 92, and a 96, right? All the attacks are relatively close, but it doesn't matter if it's a 99. If a 2-star comes in, that is a big difference, and that's a defense that you as a base builder are happy with when you just prevent the triple to give your team a chance to try to win 14-14 wars, or even a perfect war, which a lot of times these wars end up being. And I'm curious about, we'll be getting the scores a little bit later. They'll be coming in about how the Chasmac war is turning out and all the others. But we want to break down some attacks for you guys here. And this first one, we're going to take a look, is going to be Rikira's. And let's really focus about when he dropped his Ice Hound towards the Town Hall when the Lalo starts. Because he starts off with a Yeti to grab this air defense. And then, since the air defense goes down, he's able to then send the Hound over the Town Hall, like Itsu mentioned, to try to pull traps, including the Tornado Trap. So we'll really pay attention to that once it comes through, as he starts off with the King, Queen, in towards this Eagle Artillery to help grab that. Then he also has his Log Launcher. He can send that in to try to take down the multi-target Inferno. And the freeze up in this area, Poison helps try taking the Eagle Artillery out, but he's not able to, so he has to send a few extra balloons to help grab that, as the logs from the Log Launcher do end up grabbing the multi. Makes the Raw Champion invisible, but this whole part of the attack is the setup. Notice what he's going to be able to take down. An Eagle, a multi, and then eventually he wants to try to take out the other multi, but he has a Dragon Rider to go in for that other multi. So this whole kind of bottom side of this base is going to be taken out to set up the pathing through the Town Hall for only one more Inferno Tower left, which will be the single shot Inferno. One more scatter shot left on the backside, but here it is. This is where the Ice Hound flies across. This is where he wants to try to pull some traps, including the tornado trap, things like that. Pulls all those red air bombs brilliantly, which is really nice. If he also went with a regular Hound, we would have to ask Ramirez, because the regular Hound would have popped in a larger area. If you didn't know, when an Ice Hound pops, the ice pups don't go as far as a regular Hound. When a regular Hound pops, those lava pups, one, there's a little bit more lava pups, and two, they go in a larger area so that they can also pull more red air bombs than what an Ice Hound is, but the Ice Hound, you get the free spell, which is what you would like to probably get and save for later in the raid, but either way, you can see that he brilliantly took each section of this base down, and it was a gorgeous attack. Plenty of balloons left. Rakira's doing it yet again here for Tribe, as Tribe went perfect in this match. 15 stars. Great job, as they went perfect in the group stage. 3-0, just like Strut did, as Tribe will be advancing to the double elimination playoff stage. And they made it in the top 8, which means they're taking home at least some prize money indeed. But great attack here from Ramirez, as we do have another attack to break down, but it's not going to be from this Waritsu.
That's right, we're going to dive again into one of the other matches, and I think we want to dive into one of the matches which was one of the most intense matches when it comes down to how much impact it actually has on the group standings.
Yeah.
Because we want to take a look at the ClashWorlds match and take a look at one of their attacks to find out and how they attacked, and then after that, going to find out how this match ended and how the final result was, and to take a look at the group standings after. But before that, we're going to jump in the replay to take a look at what they have used and how they have approached those bases. We're seeing the attack with Lalo onto this base with a Skelly Donut, it seems like, to start things off with a nice invisibility spell and some skeleton spells. He's having a lot of skeleton spells in this one, 3 skeletons, so he might not use all of them in the first place. Skeleton bats. Yeah, he's saving 2 of the skeleton spells, then in later stages, going to take down one of the defending heroes, like either the Royal Champ or the Queen, depending on how his hero dive looks like. Taking care of Inferno Tower and that Clan Castle already. But there's all of those Tesla inside the core as well, so he has to worry about that, still luring his troops into the core, because taking care of core buildings means that troops do not have to path there anymore, and this is leading into that some of the traps might not getting triggered. That's why you want to, as a base builder then, if there's a lot of traps, place some Tesla in there, so troops still have to go in there and trigger those rat mines, for example. At the same time though, Queen is then charging forward into that tower compartment with the King and the Royal Champ then entering that skeleton compartment. So things are looking so far really good for him, with that Queen slowly but surely making its way into the town hall. Going around the corner. Perfect. Going for that opening. And that means a lot of value with the Royal Champ now on her own. Maybe even going to take down that Eagle, which would be even crazier value. And then he can get started with that Lalo from the bottom side with using the Slammer and the Hounds and everything from this bottom right side. He's skipping the single front tower for now because, well, he just does not want to lose the Slammer that early on. Already coming in with the Lalo from the top side. He really wants to push out of the Lalo into the core at the same time, and now has to use the Headhunter. Actually, what is he going to go about or do about that defending Queen? There is no Headhunters as far as I know. Warden at the top side. Oh, there were the Headhunters in there, which I just didn't see, but as well, Loons are pushing through. Warden following now those Loons around the top side with this haste, getting quick access. Now we have to wait for the traps. But with the Dragon Rider still left alive, this is still looking somewhat decent, but it's getting close. It's getting close. Yes, having some back and Loons. This attack got way closer with, again, I have said it in the beginning, with those Tesla in the core, and this means all of those red mines getting triggered, taking care of this Lalo, and you can see as well that so many pros are struggling with those core red mines because they're such a big problem with the back and Lalo. This one, we have the minions reinforcing that Warden. Oh my goodness, this attack was incredibly close. I think, yeah, only the minis are going to take down this single Inferno Tower. Considering this was such an important match, this is just crazy. Savage Esports versus Checkmate Gaming, and Chessmac coming in with this really close face down. Really close face down.
Wow.
But it was a triple.
That attack right there probably made all the difference in that match. But right now, we're getting the leaderboard already. We're updating the stats. So we'll bring you guys the leaderboard just after we bring you guys this interview that we sat down with the players as we asked them the question of, in terms of preparation, how is the qualifiers different than the group stage?
こんにちは。GS のリーダーのアルカナです。対戦相手が分かっていることが大きな違いだと思います。今までは万能に強い配置を用意していましたが、今回は対戦相手の戦術の傾向を調べて、それ専用の罠を置いたりしようと考えています。ご視聴ありがとうございました。
Sin duda es diferente la preparación al conocer los rivales de tu grupo, el tiempo para preparar las bases y afinar la ofensiva del equipo.
A grande diferença da fase de grupos e da fase classificatória é que a fase classificatória, em teoria, é muito mais fácil de você dar PT pelo fato dos clãs não se prepararem especificamente para defender as suas estratégias. Quando é uma fase de grupo, que a gente tem vários dias, inclusive semanas para se preparar, a gente consegue estudar melhor o adversário e se defender daquilo que eles são mais efetivos. Então, sem dúvida, também o adversário vai se preparar para enfrentar a gente, então vai ser uma fase que é muito mais difícil, porém a gente está preparado para isso e espero que a gente consiga desempenhar bem.
It's great to see how they take their preparation into account for this group, for the group stage, because obviously it is different than the qualifiers. You have a little bit more time to build bases because you'll know your opponents. But knowing your opponents, because let's take a look at who the teams have been facing in terms of the leaderboard, and let's see where everyone is standing. Here we go, and Strut and Tribe are 3-0, but my eyes run straight over to Group 2, and this is it. RV and Tia Chasmek are playing, and the winner of that will be going to the double elimination playoffs. We have Empire Gaming. They look like they've already advanced. So Group 1 look like it's locked up. Because Empire Gaming's done 2-1. So we know Tribe and Empire are going. We know Space Station are 3-0, so they're going. So, this is really interesting, as War and Glory and Renegades could come down to being War and Glory's done. So Renegades could still lose. And then War and Glory could go up because if they lose, okay. And then we look at the far right side, because the final match that we're going to cover is going to be ITP Team and Bad Zanger. And MS Esports, man, this one could still go either way for that. It depends on the score. Okay, so there's still a lot of crazy wars to come, and who can make it?
I mean, at the moment, like, let's say that IGP team is going to win. So far, the average stars is the best from MS Esports. So they have still the chance of getting to the next stage. This is incredible. This is, I mean, Group 1 is already decided. Group 2 is still close. Group 3 is still close, and Group 4 as well. That is just incredible, especially in Group 3. If you take a look at the stars, I mean, War and Glory has the best star average. Yeah. So if now King of Kings is going to win this, and if they have not if they're not putting up crazy score,
that's true.
Then War and Glory is going to win. So I mean, that's going to get so close. Kind of the same thing with Group 4 again. It's wow.
Yeah. Wow. It's funny that, look, every single group has had a 3-0 team. that is really interesting. One team went undefeated against all the others. Betatron in Group 4, Space Station in Group 3. That's wild, but yeah, so the matchup that we're going to be covering is going to be Bazinger versus ITP team over in the bottom right in Group 4. But if you guys want to check out RVNT versus Chasmat Gaming, that's going to be covered by community streamers. So be sure to go open as many tabs as you possibly can. Watch all the matches, switch between them all. Make sure you go show them all to support. Follow the community streamers as they are all trying to bring you the hype of this Queso Cup here.
I mean, this is incredible. I was hoping for a finish like this where a lot of matches in the end are going to matter. I feel like it's always the worst when like the last couple of matches do not matter anymore for the outcome of the group. But we have now 3 out of the 4 groups where the last match is deciding who is going to get to this next stage. And wow, that is going to be close.
Oof. It is going to be close indeed. So we're going to get ready for this last match of the day, War number 3, as this is going to also decide who's going to be going to next weekend for the double elimination. And then once next weekend's done, that's where the golden ticket is given away. But this is the first time we're seeing here on the main broadcast ITP team coming in. Jafar, Ahmad, Black Lord, and I can't pronounce the names. I am getting them all wrong, but we got a familiar team of 5 of Bazinger here.
That's right. So I have the easier job on this one with Dima, Anno, Patolino, Jose, and Hugo Stieglitz coming in on the Bazinger side. And you said it, the familiar names, they're already around for quite some years in this scene and always at the top. And for that, they need to win this match because, well, depending on their stats, both of those teams might not make it. And those stats, I mean, those average stars and average destruction do not look too bad of those teams. But so far, they were not able to live up to those average stars in the group stage. I think Group 4 so far out of all of those different groups is having the lowest average score, if I have seen that right. We have things starting off with a Lalo attack with a lock launcher, so it seems like not a hero dive. Instead, it is the lock launcher from the other side if he's not going to switch up the siege, switch up the plan.
Yeah, with Jose coming in for Bazinger, we've got a Lalo attack, Earthquake, which, okay, who's going to want to use this Earthquake for? Maybe to damage an Inferno Tower as a log launcher comes through to try to take it down even quicker with the logs. We'll have to keep our eye on as the skeleton spells are coming in towards the defending king and to the Eagle Artillery with a Headhunter that could come through. So he is indeed sticking with that log launcher as the king ability goes off, as he's taking all the risk to then eventually use this Lalo over the Town Hall, or the Earthquake could activate the Town Hall if he need. Nope, he decides to use it in the core to open up these walls even quicker.
Yeah, and those logs are now rolling through to take down that Inferno Tower. We have the super minions coming out. He's not deploying the poison just yet. Instead, he's just waiting. Now there's the poison coming in for the defending Royal Champion and those defending super minions. The Royal Champion on his own, taking down that scatter, so great value already, with Donato now about to start into that Town Hall. But the Town Hall has to be activated as well. 45% so far taken care of.
Yeah, moving his way through this Town Hall. He's going to freeze it up. The Lava Hound's coming across, drops that rage, pops the... Oh, he doesn't pop one, but he waits. Okay, he waits as long as possible for these balloons. Thought he was going to pop it a little early, because if he did, he would have protected that Hound through that top side, so it would have stayed alive even longer, but he could drop an additional freeze into the section. He just does it, but this Taslavarm is quite annoying, but the haste is going to push these balloons through, and they have to make their way over to the multi on the backside, and he's got plenty with an extra haste, and this looks good for Jose Bazinger to start off with the 3-star.
Yeah, it's such an important thing nowadays to take down this core, to make sure possible red mines are not getting triggered, and that's exactly what he did. Nice start for Bazinger to make sure that they're starting good into this match. That, I mean, even if they lose, if they're losing with like 14 stars or something like that, they can still finish in the second position with the average stars being then higher for them. So there's still a lot of different outcomes possible depending on how high this match is on stars, who is going to win in this match. So a lot of things can flip either way. But a solid start for Benzinger, that's exactly what they were hoping for.
That is indeed what they're hoping for. We'll be bringing up the ticker at the bottom of the screen so we can keep you guys updated on the other scores, including RVNT and Chasmac. And I think Chasmac is going to get a triple to start off their match against RVNT. So that is great. God of CMG gets it done. So that gives them into the lead, as if they win that match, they will advance. And if these teams down here win, or if, let's say, ITP team win, but they don't score too high of a stars, MS Esports can sneak in. So really anything can be happening at the final stage to try to get to that double elimination playoffs.
Yeah, and especially with Benzinger in a match, you can't be for sure, like, at any point. Because, like, in the East Snapdragon, they had multiple 1-stars. So even if they're too far ahead, don't be, always be, stay calm, kinda. And we now see one of the first Electro Dragon attacks of this weekend of the broadcast. If you don't count in the crazy Queen Charge Electro Dragon attack from Musk earlier on. Otherwise, this is one of the first Electro Dragon attacks which we see in this one. And he is coming in hard with some nice freezes, some nice spells to give those Electro Dragons a nice and quick push.
Yeah, these E-Dragons are going to be able to make their way to the left, so he's deciding to go with this Blimp. Not across with the Warden, but by its own, near the Town Hall, but he misses the freeze onto the Town Hall, but it does go down with the Rage help, as his heroes are coming to the bottom side, moving in towards the scatter. And his heroes look like they can help stay on the outside and get all this value, and it's looking good. As long as this World Champion can stay alive and keep her ability here.
And especially keep tanking for that Queen. That Queen is having the Unicorn again. And with that, she is getting healed up again.
Wow.
This thing is so ridiculous. Royal Champion in, and Electro Dragon, it took him like 1 minute and 20 seconds to completely smash this maxed out base. No problem.
Oh my.
And okay, it's below 120. I'm disappointed.
All right.
1 minute and 25.
Okay, this attack should have only taken 1 minute. Why was it so slow? Like, come on. 8 E-Dragons and an Inferno Dragon and 9 Loons. A brilliant job. Absolutely crushing that base. And that can help with average attack duration at the end of the day, right? That can play big roles. So if you come down to a tie, we've seen it happen where the teams that, let's say they're going triple after triple all the way through in the final set of attacks, one team may change up their attack at the end to try to be faster and catch up, but that could come back and backfire if you don't have the right plan for the base and you end up failing.
Now we have to see, okay, not updated just yet what RVNT did. The attack is still going on from Sammy with like Smash, obviously like trying to have it on a different screen open as well, because this is just way too intense.
Right? Yeah, you gotta have them all open.
Everywhere are screens. Like there's like tablet over there with another stream. There's like just to keep updated over there. But yeah, it is a crazy finish for a lot of those groups with a lot of important matches on the line. And so far, our match, both teams started off strong with a 3-star. That's exactly what we were hoping for, to even make this more intense. And now it's back to Benzinger, who can get that as well. I see RVNT here 3-star as well.
Yes, RVNT also getting a 3-star. Sammy did get a triple, redeeming himself after a 1-star. So that is big, keeping that war tied, going head-to-head against Chasmic. The winner of that goes on. The winner of this has a chance to go on. They're going to be competing with MS Esports in terms of the star count. So they're trying to get as many stars as possible, because that's really important in this war. Not only do you have to win, but also getting as many stars gives you a chance. That's for ITP. If Benzinger win, they're fine. They move on because they'll have 2 wins. So Benzinger just trying to win straight up. That's okay. But ITP needs to win and score more.
yeah, that is the important thing. It's not only about winning, but it's as well like how high you're going to win, how many 3 stars you're going to get, how good you're going to defend. Like, there's so much on the line with those matches. And now we have Betzinger coming in again with another Lalo attack. This time around, though, is Sui, a hero dive Lalo with 1 ice hound, 1 regular hound, and a lot of loons as well in the mix, with the king now charging into this scatter compartment to take down the defending queen, take down the defending scatter, and now even the royal champion to take down the flanking multi-inferno tower.
Yeah, with this king clearing this area down here, if this queen makes her way into the town, I just don't... With that air expo on her, that's going to be so much firepower. You're going to have to use like a freeze or an invisibility spell if you want to get this queen for the town hall, but he freezes that up, but our ability has been forced, and now he lures up the Span Castle and decides to rage this queen up, try to take this town hall down eventually, because he's going to have to probably freeze. He does to secure the town hall now.
Yeah, but what a great save this was. Like, really quick thinking. And that's like always the impressive thing. Like, when I talk to some of those Sui Lalo attackers and ask them, okay, give me a brief overview. Where should I use my rage? Where should I use my skeleton spell? Like, is it always to take down defending heroes? Like, what is the purpose? And they're like saying, yeah, it depends. Like, you have to see what the base is giving you, kind of. And this makes this, like, it's such a flexible strategy with, like, where you use your spells and everything. And all 3 headhunters are getting spring trapped away.
Oh.
But I feel like, I'm not sure if that can save the base, because the warden ability is still not used at this point.
Wow, he's gonna swag that Warden Eternal Tome. Almost at this point doesn't need it. He can drop a poison onto that Royal Champion if he wants, as the Owl helps to take her down, and this is a crushing attack for Betzinger. What a hit here. And now they are going 2 for 2. This is gonna be going head-to-head in this match. Oh my goodness, this was beautiful. Swagging that Warden, absolutely crushing this hit. Made it look so easy.
That was, I mean, that was impressive. Especially considering, like, at the stage where the queen lost her ability, and you're like, oh, wait a second, he says to get the town hall, then he's reacting with the additional freeze, additional rage, just to make sure that he's getting that town hall out of the way. And then it's such a crushing overkill 3-star. It's impressive how he reacted there, how he adapted with his spells to make sure that he got the value he needed to completely take down this base. And now it's back again to ITP team to get this next 3-star, because they have to stay close. They have to win this match for Betzinger. In theory, it is already enough if they lose, but if they get really high percentage, they like high stars, sorry, they
could have a chance.
Then fine. So it is a crazy match with a lot of different possibilities. Well, we can see on the other side, though, Chessmech right now with the time fail with the Super Witches, it looks like. So Chessmech with their first fail, so it's up to RVNT then again to have the chance of taking the lead, because that's another match where a lot of things, like the tournament life is on the line.
Oh yeah, everything comes down to this. They've played through weeks of competition. They try other qualifiers, don't make it. They make it in their specific qualifier, if it qualifier 2, 3, or 4, whoever knows. They make it into that, and then they have to fight through this group stage, and then eventually make it to the playoffs, then through a double elimination playoffs to eventually get a gold ticket. There's a long process, and that's what's nice, is it's not like you just have to win. Let's say your clan war league, you're at the top, then you go play for it, and boom, you can get a golden ticket. How the previous ones, now this is a bunch of different stages, and it really kind of weeds out a lot of the competition, and really the top teams are the ones that shine, because they're the ones that perform the best through a extended period of time, because there's definitely a handful of teams that come in that are super hot, that go and get a bunch of amazing triples and bunch of amazing wars in a short period, and then maybe the flame runs out, and you hate to see that when it comes all the way to a world stage. You love to see the competition. Right now in Clash of Clans, it seems like the teams are all just, it could go anyone's way. There are some teams like Tribe and Strut. Space Station right now going 3-0, doing really fantastic. Betatron's doing great in the group stages. but it's great to see a lot of teams shine.
Yeah, that's right for sure. What we can see the next attack with a lock launcher charge through the base. So far the plan looks amazing. The Queen is doing a great job of taking down all of those buildings now, with the defending Warden being next on the menu. The core multi-inferno tower should go down eventually. He's having sneaky goblins in there. I'm not guaranteed sure why he's having sneaky goblins in there. I would have said, okay, even like Valkyrie, Super Warbreaker, Rocket Loon, all of those things would have been better, I think. But at the same time, take a look at the value which he's getting at this point. Royal Champ is not going to finish off the Expo though. But that's in ground Expo, so I'm not sure how important this is going to be for the Lalo part.
Yeah, we have the Queen continuing her path through. She eventually can walk in towards the wall break. He's trying to open this wall, but the wall breaker, no, okay. He barely clips the wall so he can open it a little bit more in terms of the angle to help this Queen walk into the Town Hall. But the Warden, of course, activates, or doesn't activate, pops the Lava Hound. So the poison spell is going to help him, and he can start the Lalo to the left side and kind of join the Warden with the Lalo, but the Ground Expo is going to absolutely shred this Warden right now.
Yeah, and one thing which the chat just said is, take a look at the heroes. I mean, more like it depends, because he's not having the Yak with him, and he's not having even close to being maxed out pets. So,
wow,
interesting. Then he's not able, like, I don't know. I would have tried to have my Yak ready when it's going down to that much prize money. But okay,
I guess
raising things up on the left side. Yeah, I mean, you don't want to gem that. I mean, that's a little bit expensive considering there's like multiple thousands on the line. But 40 seconds, and even without the Yak, he is going to get that 3-star in, because Queen's having her ability. Loons are taking down the remaining defenses, and with that, it is going to be a 3-star.
It is. That Queen ability will lock it up. 3-star here for Lord. But also, we have a defense from a Chasmek against RVNT Bombador. So it's all tied up in that match, 5-5. And it's going to be going head-to-head in this one. It's going to be going head-to-head in that one. Really, I wish we could have like a dual screen watching both at the same time. It's just crazy. The finals coming in, these final matches. Wild. We need the double screen, right?
Yeah, that would be amazing. And I mean, if I see this right, Chasmek at the moment has even the percentage lead over RVNT. So the fail was not the highest from RVNT. And yeah, I mean, it's incredible how close those matches are, and with how important it is. But you can see as well, Kings of Kings, 1-star against Renegados. So that is unfortunate. We have seen that earlier today with a 1-star start into a match. That is really, really hard to overcome, I want to say, as a team as well on voice. It is not easy. You need a really, really good team lead then. Wait. That base is interesting. I mean, okay. And especially, I think we have. I think I have seen this multiple times now as well in Legends. So I'm just confused on multiple level.
Yeah, I'm very confused. I mean, hey, if it defends, it defends, but this is the building's defense. So I mean, this makes sense that his heroes or his pets weren't maxed out, right? Because you can kind of look at his base as his archer towers and cannons aren't maxed out, so he's working on upgrading. And that's the thing is, hey, you don't have to be a max Town Hall 14 compete, but obviously if you're a max Town Hall 14, it's going to give you a better chance to defend with your defenses being stronger. But his Queen's going to charge her way into these multis, and this Flame Flinger is absolutely just crushing this bottom compartment here.
Yeah, the one wall break did not go, I think, as he planned it. I think he wanted to get the connection to the Builder Hut in the core, which did not work out. I think the wall breaks were maybe a little bit too early, so they targeted the multi-inferno tower, and this means the multi-inferno tower and the core are going to survive. I mean, just take a look at what he could have reached otherwise if this wall break would have worked. He could have reached the single inferno tower, 2 more Expos, the sweeper, I think he can even reach the scatter because this base is kind of strangely built and the walls are completely wrong. But yeah, Lalo now coming in and the Flame Flinger is opening, but the Queen is skipping that core multi-inferno tower.
Yeah, he's going to Lalo through this Town Hall with the Rage spell. He can pop the Ward Internal Tome. He does. Protects all the loons. Do we even have a Tornado Trap behind the Town Hall? Okay, there it is. There's all the red air bombs. But the balloons are pathing their way through. Raw Champions now coming in towards the middle multi-target Inferno with all these balloons to path their way through. King's still up. Raw Champ's still up. And, yeah, I bet you they were definitely surprised when they saw this base. They were definitely not expecting this and like, okay, well, let's charge Flame Flinger value. And Dima crushes it here for Betzinger.
That is surprising to see first base like this, which is upgraded like that, and the base design itself was like on multiple levels kind of confusing with the Flame Flinger value, with the walls around the scatter that you can just reach everything. So it was a confusing base, but Betzinger taking that 3-star for sure. I mean, who wouldn't? And with that, they're increasing their score higher and higher. Because at this point, as we have said it, if they're even losing with 14 stars, they will still most likely make it to the second place because of the average stars which they had so far. So it's really, really important that they're getting that many stars in, and so far they're exactly doing that.
Yeah, and we had a triple come in from CMG, from Chasmac. We had Pevu coming in with a triple, a Queen Charge Lalo getting it done for them. So now that's going to put the pressure on RVNT to have to triple just to keep that war tied. So that one is still going head to head, but it's going to come down to the match with King of Kings and Renegos. King of Kings got the 1-star, then they got a 98% 2-star, so they will still be down. If Renegos with a triple, it's not looking good for War and Glory to try to hope for a victory from King of Kings there. So, because that's what War and Glory need. King of Kings win, they can advance because of the percentage that they have, or the average stars, I should say. But now ITP is looking to answer with a triple of their own to keep this war all tied up, as we've got Super Bowler starting off with a little bit of a wooden walk.
Yeah, Super Bowlers with that Warden Walk. It's always an incredible strong approach. And this base looks really, really interesting with this core, but it's open. It kind of looks like that someone missed 2 walls on the top left of the multi-inferno tower in the core. That's kind of like how it looks to me. Like, so many things are open, which is then perfect again for the smash, because they can just enter the base and they can just walk through the entire base, and he just needs one jump to reach everything.
Yeah, that one jump can give him fantastic access, but he has to take out the Seagull Artillery first, which will take time. And the Flame Flinger is getting hit by that mortar, and it goes down, so he's looking to help grab even more value, including the Tesla, the Wizard Tower, the Scatter Shot. But it takes some... Oh, okay, he's going to let the Flame Flinger work on its own over on the right and get that Queen now moving into the scatter with the Golem. King off to the top to the left by 9 o'clock to help run up there, as the Super Bowlers are now coming down to move into the Scatter Shot.
Yep, they're entering that base with that really long LA just in front of them, being able to just go through the entire base just like that, with the Flame Flinger already taking care of the entire right side. Like, this base at this stage already looks kind of done. The next rage is in. He has one more rage and the jump, which is so important to get then into the tunnel compartment. At the same time, the vulnerability has to be used now. Royal Champion coming in from the right side to get that multi-inferno tower, and there's Valkyries now coming from the Flame Flinger to support that that Royal Champion, and not only that, make sure that they're getting the cleanup done.
Oh, that freeze. Oh, that freeze was missed on every single building, but I don't think it's going to matter, as he's got the Queen locking onto the single. King's ability goes off, and this is brilliant. He's got the Royal Champion making her way around as a Baby Dragon RC ability, and this is a crushing attack right here for ITP, keeping this war all tied up. 9 stars apiece What a fantastic hit from Super Bowlers.
Yeah, really, really nicely done. Just abusing this opening in the wall in the middle with getting so much room to work with for those Super Bowlers. Making sure that they're getting just crazy value. And, well, that Flame Finger took down the entire scatter compartment with even a couple of Tesla in there as well. The Yeti was really, really crucial to trigger all of those traps, make sure the Flame Finger has, like, no problem whatsoever to go through all of those defenses, and all of those Tesla are getting triggered, which is sometimes a bit annoying when your Flame Finger is getting closer, it triggers the Tesla on its own, and then, like, the Flame Finger is in range, so that's always a problem which is coming up when you're using that siege, but still, great job what we're seeing for the RVNT match. Another defense for Chessmac. So Chessmac now quite nicely in the lead.
Yeah, Chessmac have the 1-star lead now, as Kingpin for RVNT had a 95% fail there. And now that's looking good for them. King of Kings, we're seeing at the bottom screen, 3-5. And that's after 2 attacks because of the 1-star and the 2-star. So that is not good for King of Kings, as we did have the fail from Renegoodness from the 92% after their triple. So that is going to be something we're keeping our eye on as well. And we are seeing Ano coming in. This isn't the right player, as this is someone from ITP. So Ano Zanger is coming in with Super Bowlers. And we've got the Warden going to try to walk his way up to grab this air defense to help protect these healers, as he's going to make his way all the way across the base through this Eagle Artillery.
Yeah, through that Eagle, as is said. Super Bowlers again. I just think Super Bowlers are getting... I feel like they are really quite often used, not only in the pro scene, but as well in Legend. It's such a popular strategy. Like, when I try to get back in Legends and try to see, like, what are the strategies you have to defend, kinda, I was expecting a lot of Electro Dragons, to be honest. I was expecting a lot of Electro Dragons, but I think the most used strategy in Legends, surprisingly enough, is different Smash strategies. Super Bowlers, for example, and, well, we're going to see now Ano trying to get that base out of the way with this entry, double jump spell to get those Super Bowlers into the core and into the tunnel compartment.
Yeah, the Super Bowlers trying to make their way all the way through. Pops the early Warden ability before he jumps his way in towards this town hall compartment, as the Queen is stuck onto these lava pups now of the Hound, as dogs are coming out of the Flame Flinger, moving their way through to the town hall. There's the defending King that's going to be waiting, as he's investing the freeze now. He needs to take this town hall down and hope that his World Champion can then be used on a certain side away from the town hall and maybe going into the multi-section, but we do have a defending RC still up.
Yeah, that defending Royal Champion might be a big problem with that Queen now staying alone primarily. There's those rat bombs now coming in. We know they tend to be behind that town hall. Are there any more rat bombs? We see the Royal Champion coming in from the top side, and the defending Royal Champ already is down. He has both abilities still left of those heroes. Queen ability now forced. And the healers are staying strong for now. No more rat mines coming in to take those healers out. Instead, we have now the Royal Champion going for the back end. But Carbon, time is ticking as well.
It is. It is ticking indeed, as he only has 30 seconds left in this raid. RC ability goes off, helps take and do some damage. He needs this Queen to stay alive. Queen, no, don't go down. Wait, the Archer Tower, hang on, it does. Oh no, but the cannon's like one shot. He's got a Sneaky Goblin that can help. Road Champion one-shot the cannon, one-shot the other cannon. Sneaky Goblin on the far storage, he does it. 10 seconds, oh no. Hurry up, the road. That Sneaky Goblin is clutch. It is taking that storage down so fast. Does he get it? Yes!
Wow.
It's a 3-star for Ano of Bazinger. What a save. They're just barely able to clutch it up. Wow.
Especially if you think about the Super Troop system. You can only bring 2 out of them. I think most of the people would have just brought the Super Wall Breaker to get into that base. Instead, he's bringing 3 Sneaky Goblins. And one of those Sneaky Goblins is going to secure that 3rd star in the end. what a crazy finish. On the other side, I think
Crazy.
you saw it as well. We have another 3-star for ChessMac, and they're looking crazy good in their match versus RVNT at the moment. So nicely done by them so far. Both of those matches, which are happening at the same time, which are so important for those groups, are still close, even though ChessMac has the lead.
So the thing with the ChessMac war is, right now, all of the hope for ChessMac rests in Lex's favor. If Lex triples, they win, straight up. So Lex, good luck to you in that match to see if you can try to clutch it, but we're going to see if now ITP can clutch it here with a Queen Charge Lalo, starting off with that blimp to help grab the multi and also lure out this CC nice and early, clears this Headhunter. They can save that poison belt for the Hound.
Yeah, it's always such a nice and chill way if you can lure out the clan castles so early, and especially if it's a lava hound like this. Like, if you have a lava hound and facing a lava hound like this, I think a lot of people would just say, like, why would you use a lava hound with the defensive clan castle? It is so bad. And the problem with this statement kind of is that, well, you need to invest something to get it to this stage, because if you don't invest anything and you're facing that lava hound inside the clan, inside the base, it is being kind of a problem for you and your queen. So that's always the big thing. Well, he is keep charging in there, and that wall break, take a look at that. He is opening everything.
That's crazy. A beautiful wall break there. But on that lava hound statement, you know, those people that are thinking that running a lava hound's not good, they probably are the ones that are putting E-Dragons inside of their CCs. Don't put E-Dragons in your CC. It gets taken down so fast. Maybe a Tower 9, sure, when they're... But I mean, you know, Lava Hounds are great on defense. Super minions as well. Just take a look at these wars and try to copy what you see in these defensive CCs. As we're seeing the Queen absolutely get an amazing value with this charge, leading in towards this Town Hall. As now his Royal Champ and King are clearing this Eagle Artillery. But the Queen should be able to still lock up the Town Hall here.
Yeah, the Town Hall is going down. But I mean, one more step, I think, and the last red mine is coming up. Yes, and there we go with the tornado trap, which means the not the Inferno Tower, but the Warden is staying alive in the corner. It's going to melt through that Royal Champion. Royal Champion, though, is getting some great value, but the Queen is down by now. The Royal Champion has to finish off this Inferno Tower, which she does. And now with that Warden, with no spells and only 40 seconds left, time is ticking. Does ITP have the same?
We have
I want you kind of to
double
say
Archer
luck
Tower
as Betzinger has.
The double Archer Towers on the bottom side, so that's going to do a lot of damage to his Royal Champion with the cannon. I don't think he could keep this RC alive through the double Archer Tower now. So time. The Sneaky Goblin is actually coming up clutch here at the far left side. Look at that Sneaky Goblin go. Don't tell me we have two crazy OP Sneaky Goblins to stay. The RC actually stays alive. What? No. What? Sneaky Goblin's working. 2, 1, and... Oh my. No! The 99! I thought he was going to have it. Wow.
Oh no. I mean, come on. The luck difference is there. Oh no. Oh no. The 99.9%.
Yeah.
Oof. That
That's
hurts.
Unfortunate.
That hurts.
It does.
Mean, I know that feeling. That sucks. I mean, you don't want to have those happening to you.
I think it's you know that feeling the most. You've been coined as the man who always is knowing the 99%, getting those always on the streams, legend attacks, or even when you were competing all the time, we would always see the classic Itsu 99. But yeah,
I don't know what you mean. I have no clue what you mean.
You don't know? Oh yeah, never mind. Yeah, don't worry about that. The 99%, it never happens, right? But here we go, Hugo. A triple and you guys win, and you lock up your spot. A fail, you can still lock up your spot with high stars, 14 stars in percentage. So that's also something you got to keep in mind. So Hugo with the zap, Lalo, he's got a Dragon Rider as well. So good luck to Hugo, but we'll have to keep you updated on the ChessMac as Lexnos has just started his attack, and if he triples, they win. So good luck to him in that war. But Hugo, we've got the Royal Champ ability going off. That's going to skip through. But the Queen is going to... Where's she going to go? We got a couple... I mean, I guess the Queen will make up her mind. We got a Rocket Loon Super Minion CC coming out of here.
Yeah, and now with that Queen clearing out that side of the base, I'm pretty sure he wanted to have his Queen going for the town with the King together, and I'm just blown away by the base choice of IGP. I mean, I think I have it. I mean, as you might know, I'm doing some legend push at the moment. I think I've hit this base already, like, I don't know, 10 times or something in Legends. Like, it's a super popular base. So, IGP likes to do that quite a bit, like running popular Legend bases. Let's see if it's going to work for them. So far, but Zinger is 4 out of 4. But that Queen is walking in, and she should get that town compartment completely cleared.
Yeah.
Now the Dragon Riders and the Lalo starting from the top side.
Brilliant. Look at this. The Lalo's coming in to the top, but it's not really a Lalo. It's kind of a mini Lalo with a Stone Slammer, Hound, Dragon Rider. I like to do this type of Lalo as well, as it gets some great value if he grabs the Eagle, as then the main Lalo push with the Warden can come over towards the Scatter Shot to move in through there with a Headhunter to direct target onto the Royal Champion. Let's see, do we have any Spring Traps? No, so this RC is getting locked down to straight by the Headhunters, and she goes down.
Yeah, she goes down. Sorry, she goes down with that Slammer in the core. Nicely taking out defense after defense. Has to go against the sweeper, but the backhand single Fern Tower is not that big of a threat. Now pushing further into that backhand with the single Fern Tower, not locking onto the King, onto the Lava Hound would be great. Oh no! Red Mines are coming in, and only the Lava Hound survives.
Yeah, the Hound is still up. 30 seconds left, and Hugo looks good to be putting up a true... Wait, the Warden should have one-shot this Tesla. It does. But we have a storage to the top side. I think there's a minion up working on it. Wait a second, 16 seconds. Time. He would love for this Hound to find a Seeking Air Mine to pop, but he doesn't need to worry because this is going to be a triple. Just enough time getting this one done. A beautiful job, and Bad Zinger are going to be winning this match and locking up their spot. Definitely for sure now eliminating MS Esports from contention, as they will be making their way to the playoff stage. And I think that we may just have enough for Lexnos in his attack. He might have needed to get like a 90+%. And I think he might have just got about 90. Oh, did Lex just get a 99? Oh, a classic 99. Wow.
But yes, they have the percentage, so even with the 3-star RVNT cannot come back. So we're going to have Chasmac getting this second seed position in the group 2. While on the other side, we're seeing Betzinger getting the second position in group 4, which I feel like even if they would have failed this, and even if ITP team would have 3-star with their last attack, would have won that match overall, they would have still not been having the same average stars overall. So yeah, we have the next attacker in. There's going to be another Lalo with a Skelly Donut with some bats in there as well in the mix. Earthquake, another invisibility spell. And so far, he's not turning out anything invisible, which he wants to take down. Nice third invisible spell.
There it is.
That a lot is already taken care of in this space.
Brilliant job, as he was able to help grab the CC, the Scatter Shot, and all the value, including the Inferno Tower. Like, when you can get all that value, and if your Queen can get the Town Hall, oh man, it sets up for a brilliant attack here, as he's going to take his time, but you can't take too much time, as you can run into those time fail issues, as this Queen's going to lock up the Town Hall, work her way in there, as the King and the Raw Champ, the RC can actually make her way into that multi that's next to the sweeper there.
Yep, that's right. Queen, no giant bombs or tornado trap or anything to deny that Town Hall, so the Town Hall is going down guaranteed, exactly as I said, with the Royal Champion now coming in for that compartment. If the Queen takes... Oh, Royal Champion early. He has one more invisibility spell to get that Inferno Tower out of the way with that Royal Champion. Things are looking great for him. Invisible spell hitting. And with that, already it feels like half of the base gone at this point.
Yeah.
Now we're starting with the Lalo.
Wow, beautiful job here as the Stone Slammer is kind of tanking. The Stone Slammer is kind of acting as its own Lava Hound, moving in with some balloons and the Hound in towards this Eagle Artillery, and then the Warden drops the balloons, pops that Warden ability to protect the Headhunters as they go running off to that Queen and pulling some ground skeletons. But that Eagle Artillery staying up is a little annoying, but he's got balloons coming into the Tesla farm. He's got balloons coming into the Eagle around everywhere. He's got another haste to use, and this looks beautiful. This is going to be a triple. I don't want to jinx it, but I can't see jinxing it now with all these balloons left, as he looks like he's got enough balloons to start a whole nother attack over. Oh, wow.
What an attack this was. Really nicely done with that Lalo attack overall. So, yeah, strong attack in here from the team. But with 14 stars and a 99%, they are going to drop out.
Wow.
Actually, with the 0 wins out of those 3 matches, unfortunately.
Wow.
But another good performance in the end from them. But Bazinger is taking this 2nd seed in Group 4. And with that, I think we have our top 2 teams in every single group set.
Yeah, pretty much. We know because King of Kings is probably not going to win their match. So Space Station is going to go. Renegados is going to go also, as they'll be 2-1. And we have Bazinger here just winning, so they'll move on. Batatron was 3-0. We had Strut 3-0. RVNT unfortunately started with a perfect war, and then they lost. So, man, what a wild set of matches all the way to the end, with Badzinger that comes in and helps win this final one. And look at that, the war stats, 15 stars to the 99.8. To think that you lose by one building, one single building. You'll see in the next screen what we're talking about. Nah, never happened, right? Never have that happen as a 99%.
I just forgot
and
about
it's not
that.
and it's not even like just one building. It's like a 0.000001% of the one building. Like, he needed like one more shot. Oh, how unfortunate for ITP team there. Wow. There it is.
Yeah, especially it was like
Triples
a
everywhere.
99.99%, right? So it was so close, this one attack.
Yeah, so close indeed. But ITP team, unfortunately, not able to get it done there. They're going to fall short to Badzinger. And congrats to Badzinger, moving on to the playoffs now. And so before we bring up the leaderboard as it's getting finalized, we're going to bring you one more replay to break down an attack from here. From Badzinger, I believe it's going to be Jose. Here we go, as we've got ourselves the Lalo. It's been a very common attack that's been used among the pro players. As when we asked them in the interview, what was the strongest attack in the meta, and they're all saying Queen Charge Lalo. But this isn't the Queen Charge Lalo. This is a mix of the Sui Lalo here, as he used the King skeleton spells into the Eagle. You're probably wondering, why are you going with skeleton spells in front of the King to help grab some of the value? Well, the reason why you do this is to distract point defenses. For example, it could be a ground expo. For example, it could be the defending King, which is not really, because he's kind of a defense in a way, as he's there to stop you, but it helps the King get the value with a Headhunter to stay alive even longer. Then, watch this Earthquake. He uses the Earthquake to damage this area, which also damages the walls, which means that the logs can open up these walls even quicker because of a lot less HP that they have on it. He also lures out this clan castle, so he's able to take that down. But notice his heroes. The Queen is going to be able to follow the path that the log launcher opened straight to the core of the space, grabbing the single target Inferno, while his RC grabs the scatter shot. So you can see how he dissected the space right on through, got all this value, and then set up the Lalo over the Town Hall. One thing I may have done differently is I could have potentially popped the Warden ability like right now when he drops the Rage spell. The reason is because he could have protected the Hound a little bit longer, but less timing. He ends up getting the balloons protected a little bit longer through the poison, so it still worked. But if you're able to drop your hound a little bit delayed, you can clip it into the Warden ability, and it can stay with the Eternal Tome as long as possible on the backside. That makes for the attack to be even stronger. But Jose, what a brilliant attack here. Look at all the balloons that he had left. I really love the use of the Earthquake, Log Launcher, opening the walls up even quicker. So that's even an option. So you can think about, if you're using a Lalo attack, you always want to think about how many defenses you can take down with your heroes. And they just make it look so easy. Brilliant attack from Jose and Badzinger to win this match here. And they needed it. They needed every single building to win here, Itsu.
That's right. In the end, getting the win, getting the stars they needed, getting the baitings they needed to match, or not match, but get the 2 wins which they needed to get to the next stage of the tournament. But I think we have one more replay because some of the matches start a little bit later. Just so you guys know, there's that's just the main reason. So as soon as the production is ready, we're going in with one more replay. We're going to take a look at. I will wait and see what they're going to throw on the screen, if it's going to be from this match or anything different. Let's see what is there. And we have the attack from ITP Black with that last attack with the Skelly Donut, which got so much value. So he's starting things off with the Yeti already funneling and stuff. Now with the 2 bats and one skeleton spell and the Earthquake, making sure that he's getting so much value. Take a look at that. The Inferno Tower is about to go down. The Clan Castle is about to go down. And not only that, but as well, the Scatter is going down as well. That is just so much value only with a couple of spells. That is impressive. And now with those sneaky goblins, he's trying to force his queen into that tunnel compartment, with then taking care of the second scatter shot then in just a second with his remaining heroes, which means with the king, with the Roy champion to take those out and make sure that he's already taken care of the biggest threats versus his Lalo. We have talked about it earlier that Lalo is so strong, but at the same time, if you're not paying attention for like 1 second, one phrase is too late, the warden ability is too late, and I don't know, you're running into a scatter shot, it can really turn out bad for you and your loons, because they do not have as many hit points as, for example, the Electro Dragons. So they're less forgiving sometimes, it feels like, when it comes down to a couple of those defenses. Well, both scatters are now down. Another Multi-Inferno Tower being next on the menu. This means only one Multi-Inferno Tower is left to defend this base. And 2 heroes. But if he's taking those out and he's bringing 5 headhunters to do so, he is looking really good with his queen even taking care of the entire tunnel compartment. So the value is there, you can see it. The sweeper pointing into the wrong direction as well for this warden. And again, it is all about the placement. It's all about the angle which you can achieve with this warden, which he's doing from this top side to take down those defending heroes. Queen and Royal Champion are down at this point, and the Loons and the Dragon and everything which is left at this point are just going to finish off this base with a nice and easy 3-star with this opening. Nice follow-up, and that means that we have seen this last 3-star from ITP team again with only 1%. They're missing out on the perfect. It wouldn't have changed anything in the end regarding the standing. Unfortunately, they would have needed to have a better defense, but yeah, sadly they didn't have the best bases in that regard. But overall, a strong showing from both teams to get this crazy 14-15 score to make then in the end up for a crazy match. And Corbin, we have the final group stage set up, and we know all of the teams are going to make it to the next stage.
Well, look at the group 3. Renegados just edging in because of the wins. They were the lowest one in the group, and they were the lowest one in the whole tournament. Here, 12.0. Nobody else was as low as them. Wow. And they were able to advance because of their straight-up victories. And that cost War and Glory right there. But Tribe Gaming and Empire Gaming, they're going to advance from Group 1. Strut and Chasmic Gaming from Group 2. Space Station Gaming and Renegos from Group 3. And then Betatron and Badzinger from Group 4. Congratulations to all 8 of those teams, which means that we now have a bracket to fill in. So let's go ahead and bring the bracket up, and here we go. So these are here's the matches, and look at this. Tribe Gaming versus Betzinger. Strut and Renegade, which means Strut and Tribe are both in the same group, kind of up to the top there. So they would face each other if they both win in round 2. So these matches are going to be very interesting. Which one of here are you most looking forward to start off round 1?
I think an intense match is going to be Space Station versus Chessmac Gaming, because Space Station so far, I feel like we are not paying as much attention on them as they deserve, because we're always talking about Tribe and Strut, because those two are just looking so incredible. But to be honest, Space Station, they had 14 starts on average as well. They looked really, really strong as well. So I feel like Space Station have a really good chance of having a crazy run in this lower bracket, or like in the bottom bracket tree of the upper bracket. That's, I think, the right way to phrase it. So I think Space Station versus Chessmac is going to be for sure a good match to start things off. But as well, I mean, Tribe Gaming versus Betzinger is always a classic matchup, which we have seen many times in the Europe tournaments.
Absolutely. But the thing with Space Station and Chessmac, it's kind of the rivalry, right? Because a lot of the Lex was part of Space Station the previous year, now part of Chessmac, so you kind of got that. Some ex-teammates going head-to-head, but this is going to be incredible. All these wars are going to be one at a time. They're not going to be happening at the same time for the playoff stage of the double elimination. When is it going to be? Well, that's going to be next weekend. Next Saturday is when the playoffs are going to be starting, and it's going to be the same time that all these group stage streams have been starting, which is at 12 UTC. So make sure you guys mark your calendars for that. Mark the time. If you want to tune in, it's going to be on Saturday and Sunday. That means when Sunday is complete, we will be giving a golden ticket away. The third golden ticket this year to one of those teams, one of the final 8. So good luck to them. Double elimination. So they have a second life, but if you lose 2, you are out of it.
That's right, and I'm super excited to see then how those teams are preparing again. And like one thing which I'm always looking forward, because I'm like coming from this base building direction as well. For me, it's always something cool to look at the defense. Like in this week's group stage, we have seen a lot of anti-2-star bases. We have seen a lot of box-style bases, but we have seen as well that the top teams were handling those bases quite well. So are we going to see then the switch back to anti-3? Do those teams keep going with the anti-2? That's, to me, like, I feel like super interesting to watch, and what the meta brings them with that. And just looking forward to that, and super excited.
Yeah. I'm super excited as well. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen next weekend. Who's going to get the golden ticket out of the final 8 teams here in the second edition of the Queso Cup. So make sure you guys tune in next Saturday at 12 UTC for the double elimination playoffs. I wanted to send a huge thank you to the production, to Supercell, to the players, all the teams involved, and of course to my co-caster, Itsu. It's been a pleasure, and cannot wait to see who's getting that golden ticket. But that's going to wrap it up here for the stream. Hopefully you guys all at home enjoyed, and hope your team has made it and cheering them on. Let us know who you are rooting for to get that golden ticket. But see you guys next weekend, Saturday at 12 UTC. See you guys then. Clash on.